certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show, the Nighty Night Show, the Nighttime Show. Great to have you. It is our final week of the 2025 summer break. After this, we go to school schedules. We go to you name it, man. People going back, people who don't have summer jobs going back to work, kids going back to school. This is it, man. The unofficial end of summer is this week. And now that I've depressed the shit out of everyone, let's get started. I do want to start tonight with some very, very good news. And that very, very good news for us is very, very bad news for others. You know how I ended today's show very upbeat, even though we took an $85 ass kicking? That's because I've gotten to know this audience. And I know that there is part of this audience that never contributes unless it's absolutely necessary. And today, as they were watching, they felt it absolutely necessary. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 people, 6 if you count Red Fox Mad, who threw in $9.99 a little bit earlier today. Says, I miss the old radio Twitch days. We had amazing second mics. I miss having different second mics every day. Bring back Corey, Oz, Zach, Adrian, Whiskey, Pete, Matt, and all. I think they'll want to get paid. It used to be the advertisers basically paid for the second mics. And as those closed or dropped off and everything else, pay got cut. And people didn't like that. So I love him too. I wish Corey was back to do the show. I love Corey. We almost got Oz back, but he was out of town today. So we're gonna have Oz back for sure. But I would love that. I love doing shows with Oz. I thought Keanu did great. I think the problem, there's 2 problems the chat has with Keanu. They're very protective of me, and they think she backstabbed me. Which in a way she did. I mean, her and I are past it. Her and I are okay with it. That I've always said, though, that doesn't mean that you have to be okay with it. That's fine. You're absolutely right. Maybe I'm too forgiving for some of you. And that's all right. There doesn't have to be any animosity about that. That can just be a simple, we disagree. And there's some people that just don't want women on a show. So those are the 2 big reasons. I will say this. I think one of the reasons is I don't give you guys as much attention when she's here. It's very much more of a radio show vibe. It's very much like she's a very good co-host. When she doesn't know things, she doesn't like tap out. She asks questions. She wants to know more. She genuinely wants to learn about the topic we're discussing. And she's very, very funny. When we were making fun of those girls today, I mean, we just savaged them and buried them in the ground in the desert, never to be heard from again. I'm sure it triggered the shit out of them today, but it was very funny. Like, I didn't care. I wasn't emotionally invested in it. I just made fun of a couple of people who, I mean, really put themselves out there to an embarrassing degree for no people and no money, and then have an unhealthy obsession with me. And then I just get to laugh at them and shit on them and mention that all of their children are with different baby daddies. So I just get to make my jokes and laugh at them. And then I hear from the grapevine that they lose their fucking mind in real time. And there's a really gross, disgusting, probably needs to be worked on part of me that really, really enjoys that. So I think Keanu does a great job with all that stuff. But you guys have your chance tonight to show whether or not it was Keanu. Now, I want to preface what I'm about to say with Citizen M still won this morning. The goal was not hit during the show. But thanks to Chris, D'Amico, Nicholas, Amber, Ryan, and technically Red Fox Mad.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
We hit the goal this morning, but we needed to wait until this afternoon. So thank you. Thank you guys very much. It's Chris with 20, D'Amico with 25, Nicholas with 10, Amber with 10, Ryan with 20. Thank you so much. If I add that up, we're 5 over for tomorrow. Now, the other thing I want to announce, and this is really awesome. Ad revenue has been going up for this show for 2 months now. Rumble Creator Program revenue has been going up from its initial number, and these member numbers on YouTube, not YouTube. YouTube, the member numbers are down, but the recurring memberships on Rumble are up more than YouTube is down. So that means a very modest drop in our morning show goal. We're dropping it another 10. We're officially under 300 as we march down to 250. I can't wait to get there. Thank you guys so much. Now, the creator program increase means we're just getting more views on Rumble. More people are watching the show on Rumble. It's just going up, 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 and away. We appreciate that. The more ad revenue on YouTube means we're putting up more clips. More people are watching the clips. More of our stuff's getting monetized. That's helping out a ton. And subscribers and members, that's self-explanatory. So thank you very much. Hit like, hit subscribe. Hey, if you want to help get the YouTube membership numbers up, either become a member. I saw that 4 or 5 new people joined today. I love that. That's a good way to support the show. Or gift memberships. That's great. Speaking of gifting memberships, over on the Rumble end of things, 22 memberships away from 300. We went down this afternoon. Must have had some expirations. What do you do? 22 away from 300. If we get to 300, that means we're going until 9 o'clock tonight. Thank you guys very much for your contributions, and I appreciate it. Vadam with $5 says, get Corey, Oz, and Adrian back. When Kiki is on, I don't listen to the show. That is fair. Everyone has a right to their opinion. All right, fun start, guys. Thank you very much. 190 is the number today. I appreciate it. Dusty Rhodes, baby, says, let's help Johnny get his new place so we will stop boycotting and come back to the show, if you will, baby. That's a lovely conspiracy theory, Dusty, but it is not true. Johnny is coming back tomorrow. He will be here tomorrow and Wednesday. I can't wait for him to tell you guys about the ivermectin thing and the MS stuff. I almost said IBS. The MS stuff, the good news that he got on that, because I suck at that shit. I suck at explaining and saying, and accurately describing what's going on. So he'll be able to do that tomorrow, and I'm very excited. Numero Uno says, co-host fill-in ideas, Karmic X and Billy Nord. I think Karmic would do well on a show like this. I think doing that relationship drama shit's going to kill him. I think it's wearing on him. I think if he did a show like this, like his rage and natural anger would be really good for this show. I wouldn't have to be so filled with rage and angry at certain stories. I could kind of like play off of him. I think Karmic would be a fun co-host. I really do. Billy Nord, I think Billy would be great for the political stuff. For sure, man. For sure. Rusty Grammer says, Clippers Unite is trying to cope. Oh, God. That Clippers Unite guy, it's easy to trigger him. He even pays me to trigger him. It's like a dream of mine. I make a guy really mad who I don't even know and never will know, and he gives me money for the pleasure. It makes me feel so accomplished. So much stuff to talk about tonight, guys. Let's get right into it. 190 is the number for today. So do me a favor. We had to take the L this morning. Now, you guys were great. You came up big. I believe it's like $90 you threw in after the show was over. So that means we were over by 5 or 10. But let's knock this one out early. Let's get the contributions in often. I mean, obviously, the more money that gets thrown in on Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants, the more time I spend in the chat. That's the key. You guys love the chat. You like to say that the chat is the show, even though you wouldn't be here if it weren't for the show. Chicken and egg and all that. Let's get into some stories. Let's get into some topics. Let's talk about some things. Let me do my job. And when I come back to you guys in the chat, maybe you'll have some righteous bucks for me, and we'll be knocking out that goal, and I will repay you by spending a lot of time reading your bullshit. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible. 90% bullshit, but it entertains me. That's why I read it. We do have an update on Psycho Stu, whose name I've been mispronouncing this entire time. This is the wrestler. If you didn't see, we have a clip up on the YouTube channel of it. Please check it out if you'd like to. We also have a clip of the Destiny stuff that's going on with the CP and all that. Check that out after the show today as well. Those clips are, a lot of them have been doing very well for us. It's hit or miss, but a lot of them, like we did a Crowder one recently that's doing well, a PBD one that's doing well, Fuentes one that's doing well. So check them all out and hit like. But as far as this Psycho Stu thing goes, he got the living dog shit beat out of him by Rampage Jackson's son, Raja. I think we have we have the clip here. People are starting to blur out his head because it's such a brutal beating. So this is Raja Jackson. This is Quentin Rampage Jackson's kid. They did an angle where Psycho Stu, who's this U.S. Army veteran wrestler, hits him in the head with a beer can backstage. And Raja Jackson is going to get his payback on this guy. Now, Quentin Rampage, he says that his son has been going through some shit lately and that he had a concussion a few days ago in training and technically shouldn't have even been doing this. And I guess the person who runs this promotion is Rikishi, if you remember the wrestler Rikishi. And Rampage states that Raja was told that he could get his revenge in the ring. Now, getting your revenge in the ring means as a work. It doesn't mean you literally beat the shit out of the guy for work hitting you with a beer can. So I think Rampage is just trying to protect his kid. I don't think he's going to be able to protect his kid on this one. This is all pretty fucked up. And the whole it's a show and people get carried away during a show and accidents happen in wrestling. I don't think that's going to do it as far as legal charges go. I think that, assault, definitely. Attempted murder, maybe. Charges for Raja Jackson. He shouldn't have been there. He really should. And the whole thing was broadcast on Kick. They broadcast him on Kick later on the phone with blood on his shirt, and he's talking to a guy. Just really a surreal scene. So Raja goes in, and this happens with Psycho Stu. Now he throws him on the ground, and clearly you can see his head hit the back of the canvas, and that's where the knockout happened. He gets knocked out right here. Boom. Head hits the canvas, he's out. And he just starts throwing. Now you can see there's blood on his shirt there. It's a nasty deal. That high-pitched screaming is going to drive me nuts. I apologize. So Psycho Stu is out cold. He did not regain consciousness until later that day. They took him to the hospital, the whole deal. According to his brother, Psycho Stu he's awake. He's conscious. He's resting. He is stable, but he's getting critical care. So he sustained multiple injuries during this whole thing. He has some recollection of events from the day of the attack. His brother said, "Thank you, everyone, for reaching out. It's been difficult to get back to everyone individually. We will be setting up something for anyone who wishes to donate. I will update with a link when possible." Now, I also heard a rumor that, and this could be all bullshit, but I heard that Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast vows support for Psycho Stu after shocking wrestling assault. So apparently, Mr. Beast has offered to pay his bills. This is the tweet from Mr. Beast. "Dang, man, this hurts to see, especially when I read he was a veteran that used wrestling as an outlet to get over PTSD. Genuinely, if anyone connected to him knows of a way I can help, please reach out. If his kid is a fan or I can help with hospital bills, I don't know, but I'll help."
But
And
I'm afraid
no, that's
I've got some bad news.
no, that's such terrible timing, and it's a pro wrestler to boot. That's cool. You know, I know a lot of people give Mr. Beast shit. A lot of people like to criticize him and whatever. I don't care why he's doing this. You know, people are like, oh, he's just doing this for clout or attention or whatever. I don't care as long as this guy gets help and as long as he gets taken care of and his bills get paid. I mean, obviously, Rampage should help pay this guy's bills, but in a way he can't, like, especially if there's going to be charges, potentially a lawsuit, anything. Like if the wrestling company's going to sue Raja Jackson, they technically can't take any money to pay Psycho Stu's bills. But I hope that this Psycho Stu doesn't have any out-of-pocket expenses for this thing because it never should have happened. And whoever greenlit this, whoever okayed a fucking mental patient to get in the ring and just wail on somebody like that, untrained, they should be let go too. That's unforgivable. It's just good that Psycho Stu is okay. It doesn't sound like he's at any risk. I haven't heard anything of like internal bleeding or anything that could like send him backwards. So it's good to know that he's all right. It's good to know that people have already stepped up and said they're going to, you know, help out with the bills and everything. The next step now is what happens to Raja Jackson. And, you know, his dad may be a famous mixed martial artist, UFC fighter, light heavyweight champion, all of that. That ain't going to save you. I mean, that ain't enough stroke to keep your kid out of prison. And, I mean, Raja Jackson, again, wrestling is a show. Things can go wrong on a show, and it doesn't mean anyone gets charged with a crime. But this was willful. I mean, this was... You know, there's a lot of liability to go around here, too. I mean, who okayed Raja to go in the ring? Do they bear some responsibility? But the legal responsibility mostly will fall on Raja Jackson. And, people are like, why hasn't he been charged already? Why hasn't he been charged already? Well, the fact is the police have to review the footage. You know, they can't just do what we do and just watch something and go, well, obviously, I mean, go pick him up. They have to review the footage. They have to do their investigation. They have to send this to the attorney's office. The attorney's office has to file charges. Then they go get him. That could take a week. That could take 2 weeks. That could take 3 weeks. That could take 6 weeks. I don't think it'll take that long, but it could take about a week before Raja Jackson faces any kind of charges for this. And, you know, after watching it enough, I think he should. He also needs to undergo serious psychological care because there's something... The way he disassociated and like the way he did it and then was totally chill afterwards and was like, yeah, my bad. Like they were telling him, they're like, dude, he's really fucked up. He's going to the hospital. Like he's in really bad shape. And Raja Jackson's on the phone. They have it all on Kick. And Raja just goes, yeah, that's my bad. It's like, well, my bad. Like, dude, you didn't slam his hand in a car door. Like you beat him literally within an inch of his life. That's a little worse than my bad. That's where we're at now, and I think the next step is, I think you'll probably see Psycho Stu get out of the hospital first, and then you'll see Raja Jackson probably get charged with, I mean, a variety of things. I would assume a variety of things. Dub with $1 says $1 holla. Thank you very much. $1 from Dusty Rhodes says, it just goes to show with or without a father, the gorillas will throw gorilla shit all over the Omni.
And there will be gorilla shit all over the Omni.
Oh no, that's you know what is really shitty about that? It works. Like usually you guys do stuff like that, and then it's like, guys, you really kind of shoehorn that one. You force that one in there. That one really, really works. That was a perfect drop in by old Dusty. Psycho Stu likes psycho music. It's a fucking miracle he didn't kill him outright. I mean, you get a trained professional fighter, and you get that many free shots at a guy's head. There were a few where he was throwing them like this and he was whiffing. He connects with a couple more of those. Guy might be dead. You know? Oodles of Toodles says, good job, Aaron. You trying to kill Stu? No, I think at this point we can say that a guy's okay, and then we're not responsible if he dies. Brian says, how the F can wrestling help with PTSD from being in combat? I would think if anything, it would trigger it. Maybe the performance of it, the intimated violence without it being real violence, it gives you an outlet. Could be that. Dusty Rhodes says, Dina Wyatt has already said that she will help out with legal representation for Raja. I don't know who that is. Marketing Evolutions, Dina Wyatt. Interview and presentation coach. I have no idea who the fuck that lady is or why she would get involved. Baba Booey Hooey says, what about Husey as a co-host? Oh, that other guy's a psycho. He's a weirdo. That other guy you mentioned, he is uncomfortably nuts. Like, I've never met him, nothing. And he's like, I was on Husey's show once. He's like, oh, I need to be on there. I need to do something to Aaron. It's like, bro. And like, he just starts coming after me. And I'm like, oh, so you're a chicken shit. Like, you're a rat fuck piece of shit. And he was. He like snuck on, you know, if he would have said man to man, will you talk to me? I'd be like, no, because you're a nobody and I don't know who the fuck you are. But like, he's only gotten more obsessed with a guy he doesn't know more as time goes on. So that guy's a little high strung. He's a little goofy. Husey, love him. I think he's great. I don't think he'd be good in this format. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, must not be his real dad. Rusty Grammar with $2 says, come on, y'all. Bring the toe to the pay window, if you will. Oh, shit. Dusty Rhodes, are you going to take that? That's kind of gimmick infringement, if you ask me. Anyway, thanks for the ones and twos, guys. I appreciate it. 185 is the number for today. Oh, thank you, Dusty. Dana White is what he meant. Dana White. I thought you were trying to make a Bray Wyatt joke in there somewhere, and I was like, who's Deanna Wyatt? Dana White didn't really say that. I saw Psycho Stu's brother gives an update. Video shows Son of X. Yeah, I don't see anything on Dana White. You got me. I Googled it. I think that counts. He got me on the Google. But I think that with Mr. Beast stepping up and all these other people stepping up, I think that's great. Here's a text coming in. Idea for a guest host. Mayor of St. Cloud, Jake Anderson, would be 4 hours of trying to explain why the income tax is bad. I didn't know what his gimmick was. $2 from No Pen 15 says Granny would be a great co-host if he's available. Would he? Maybe. I don't think I've ever done a show with Granny before. Maybe. $2 from No Pen 15. Thank you, buddy. Let's jump in there and knock the rest of this shit out and call it a win for tonight. 185 is your number. Everybody keep going. You know, those 2s and 5s would work. I mean, we could theoretically do that. If everybody wants to go 2 and 5, do it. Memberships, do it. We can get there in the evenings. I mean, especially the mornings, we could do it that way. But if you want to drop in a 20 or an odd 50, if somebody wants to hammer home a hundy, we haven't seen a hundy for a minute. here on the toe. Let's go ahead and do that so we don't sweat it out. Actually, I'm going to say this. We didn't sweat it out this morning. This morning, we got down to 90 pretty quick. And then it just sat there for like 2 hours. That was the problem. So if you want to prove that Keanu was the problem, go ahead and knock out tonight's goal and then knock out tomorrow with Johnny and I. And then I'll know what the real issue was. We also have an update on Lil Nas X running around L.A. being gay and shit. We saw that this morning. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to play it again. Like, honestly, I know what's in it now. And if I play it again, I'm just gay. I mean, there's no getting around it. There's no making excuses. If I play the Lil Nas X clip again, I'm gay. So I'll describe it to you. Lil Nas X is a flamboyantly mentally ill gay man who's made a couple of hit songs. And Lil Nas X, he claims he wasn't high on anything. Guess we'll take his word for it. Stripped down to his tighty whities and was just walking down Ventura Boulevard naked at 4 a.m. And some guy was just rolling up beside him filming it. He ended up stripping down nude. We haven't seen that video yet. I don't care. You know what? I do a show. I'm talking about the news. I suppose I got to show you guys. I haven't seen this one yet. I'll take the slings and arrows for this.
Has had on me. The values instilled in me by my parents has shaped my character.
Cause my money ain't. Let me get this straight. Wait, I'm the rookie? But my features and my shows 10 times your pay. 50K for a verse, no album out.
Has had on me.
This is like, to you and I, this is strange. I feel like to Ventura Boulevard at 4 a.m, I won't say it's a daily occurrence, but I bet you it's monthly. You've got a lunatic like this just walking around with his dick out. He's been arrested. He got arrested for that. And he's been charged with 4 felonies, including assaulting a cop with an injury. Lil Nas X is now facing years in prison because the LA district attorney has charged him with 4 felonies, including battery with injury on a police officer. TMZ broke the story. The Old Town Road rapper was naked on Ventura Boulevard in the San Fernando Valley when cops were called. They say when they confronted him, he charged the officers and presumably injured at least 3 of them. Hence the 3 felony charges. He was also hit with a felony charge of resisting an officer. He's held without bail over the weekend until he could appear before a judge, which happened this morning. He was arraigned earlier today. The last I saw was bail was $75,000. When cops arrested Nas, they thought he was high on drugs, so they took him to a hospital and later transferred him to jail. I mean, the guy, it shouldn't surprise anyone. The guy has been a drama queen, attention whore, pretty much since the day he entered the public eye. He's a flamboyantly gay, artsy dude. This meltdown was, it was set to a timer. All right? You can set your watch to this kind of thing. Will he go to jail? Fuck no, he's still rich. We'll know if he went to jail, we'll know if he's still got money on whether or not he goes to jail. If he's still got money, there's no fucking way that. And, I'll be honest with you. I don't want a guy who's just walking around with his dick out on Ventura Boulevard taking up a jail cell where a violent criminal could be taking it. Either put him in a mental institution or just, I guess, raw dog it. I mean, you're going to get sick. But just raw dog him out there in society and just let him go. See what happens next. Baba Booey Hooey with 199. This is funny to me because I don't have any feeling towards the guy. He says, Blind Mike would be a good co-host. You guys could bury the hatchet. He can't do content without me. Like, he can't do content unless he's talking about someone else. He's another guy who just wouldn't do well in this format. Because unless it's girl gossip drama and it's about me, I mean, he really can't do it. A lot of these guys are remarkably boring and just kind of conduits to me, the guy who actually creates something. So I appreciate the suggestion, and that's very nice. But I don't really have a hatchet to bury with the guy. I don't even have a grudge against the guy. I understand he needs money and he needs viewership, and you need me for that. Plus, he's disabled, and those people are freaks. Let's continue on. We have an update on the Destiny thing as well. Jesus, just all kinds of stuff happening today. Thank you guys very much for the $1.99. I appreciate that. We get back into the chat when you guys start knocking down that goal. Thank you very much. I do come back to the chat after every story to catch up with what you guys are throwing in, whether it's gifted memberships, PayPal, Streamlabs, Rumble Rants, Venmo, etc., etc. Keep going, and I am bound and determined to not have a day like we had this morning. So contribute, knock out the goal. Thank you very much. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. And let's have a good one today. This is the last of our updates. Then we're going to get into the stuff that actually happened today. Ethan Klein and Destiny have been going back and forth on this CP thing. So if you missed, we have a clip of the Destiny thing up from today's show. Destiny is a very, very popular political streamer. He does Piers Morgan's show a lot. He does a shitload of debates. Ethan Klein has been shitting on him pretty hard because Destiny, for some reason, feels the need to fight his battles, his civil battles and his court battles by trying to convince random fucking drama YouTubers that he's okay. Now, he was accused of chatting it up and having sexual conversations with a 17-year-old girl, which is not cool. It's not nice. But then he made it worse when this Willie Mac Show guy who reports on other streamers. Now, Destiny should be above this guy. That is not a disrespect to Willie Mac Show, but he should be above it. You know, he shouldn't be commenting to the people who comment on him. You know who you are, establish your dominance, do your show, and then fuck off and don't talk to these people. This Willie Mac Show goes in and he goes, Destiny, what's this I hear about you chatting it up with some 17-year-old girl? And he goes, oh, well, she told me she was 19, and then starts sending Willie Mac these files of sexual stuff that contains her and stuff that he sent her, which means he sent sexual shit to a minor and he possesses sexual content of a minor. It's mind-bogglingly fucked up. He just handed this stuff over to this Willie Mac Show guy who then went, he did the right thing. He called the police. He went in there and he said, here's what I've got. Get this shit off my fucking phone, off my email, whatever. That's what you're supposed to do. Destiny was trying to tell this Willie Mac Show guy, well, because I'm being sued and because there's a civil case, I have to keep this CP on my computer. No! That if I could impress upon you anything tonight, it would be this. No matter what you're going through, if you're suing someone, if someone is suing you, if you're going through discovery, if you're gathering evidence, there is never a time where it's okay to have that shit on any of your devices. Never. No. If somebody sends it to you, you call the police immediately, you show them, you give them your device, they will whitewash it for you. It will be okay. Now, when it comes to Destiny talking to Willie Mac, I can't believe that he would have an attorney that would say, oh yeah, Destiny, just blab to fucking streamers all the time. Just talk to him over and over and over about this. I can't imagine that his lawyer actually told him that. So Destiny is being fucking stupid. People are criticizing him for being stupid. And because Destiny doesn't touch grass enough and go outside, he's fighting these battles online. Destiny, you could convince every motherfucker who's criticizing you right now that you're right and they're wrong, and they could admit it. It's not going to help you in a court of law, buddy. The internet doesn't matter. It isn't real. The shit you're facing with the civil suits and stuff, that's real. The charges you're going to get from the shit you sent to Willie Mac, that's real. Don't argue with Ethan Klein. Don't argue with Hassan Piker. Don't argue with Willie Mac Show. It's fucking stupid. So this is how Ethan started his show today. And I have to say, I agree with Ethan on this. He's wondering how the hell people can still support Destiny with all this stuff going on. And I will say I put up a clip last week of Destiny. I put another one up today. And there are people up there who are like, how dare you? You're just jealous of him. I'm like, I guess. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, the numbers, yeah. The content on his phone, not in the least. But they're like, I've never heard of you, but I've heard of Destiny. It's like, well, if that's the measurement you want to go by, it's strange the copes you get from these people. They feel like they're married to him or they have some kind of allegiance to him. It should be so easy to just say, the guy's a creep, I'm out. But they can't do that. These people feel like he's like a member of their family.
Our Destiny update video. Which, does anyone care? Like, bro, you did that shit. Like, arguing the semantics of, like, actually, it's called a hebephile. It means I just want to fuck teenagers, not children.
Right. If you're getting, it's kind of like Crystalia arguing the age of consent in different states. If we're even having that conversation, you're a creep. And the argument on the internet that they're going to have is not whether or not you broke the law. It's going to be whether or not you're a creep. And that you are.
Like, is that really the conversation we're going to be having here with Destiny? Actually, I didn't have 60 gigs of child porn. Only one picture. I actually only had one video of child porn.
That's just it, is he had like 60 gigs that he sent to this Willie Mack show. That's insanity.
Actually,
that's
I don't know
hours.
if you know this.
Save it for the video.
I don't feel like making it
This is
because
good
it's
material.
so fucking dumb.
Okay. What a good guy.
We should.
Well,
I
can
guess
go
we
home.
should.
I'm happy to go home.
I know Willie Mack is making an update.
You know why this Dan is a chicken shit? Because when Ethan wants to roast and shit on Hassan, Dan sits there uncomfortable, quiet, silent, everything else. But the minute it's time to shit on Destiny, oh boy, Dan, I can go all day on this. You fucking pussy.
Where he's did he post? I don't know. He's making an update video.
I'll check it
where
out.
He's gonna lay it all out.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him laid all the time.
That doesn't age well.
Actually, this text message was with somebody else. I've only spoke inappropriately with other teenagers 3 or 4 times, not this one in particular.
That is how his defense is going. He's like, oh, well, it's not 60 gigs. That was a screenshot of something else. Oh, so that's just more creepy shit you possess. Dude, stop fucking talking.
Bro, you're fucking cooked. You're a creep. You are a sexually deviant fucking creep with a clear, persistent pattern of trying to fuck, flirt with, sext with, fantasize about minors.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
Just admit that you're and people defending Destiny, just admit that you're cool with that.
Right, that's the thing. That's the weird shit I'm getting now when I put these videos up is the comments. You get people who don't usually watch you, and they're like defending him. It's like, you don't have to do that. He's not going to pay you. And the thing you're defending is fucking sick. It's like some of you who hate me so much, you'll defend someone who said PDF shit about kids, and you'll defend it. Like, that dirties your soul because you're terrified, you're scared of me, that it's going to mean you like me. And you blacken your souls with that shit. But then again, I've instructed you before.
You can keep watching Destiny. You can keep being a fan, but we don't need to argue the semantics, of it. Just admit that he's a creep and that he wants to fuck teenagers. Not like weird, like almost like they've gone through puberty, teenagers.
Yeah, okay, I'm tapping out. Now this is why you keep this shit pithy. You keep it short and sweet, because the deeper you go into this, the more you say, you just start to get yourself, like I said, it dirties your own soul. Just, the guy's a creep. He's attracted to teenagers. He's a fucking weirdo. Leave it at that. I am fascinated, though, that Ethan's staff, oh, man, they could shit on Destiny all day. It's great to shit on Destiny, but when it comes to Hassan, oh, boy, they are careful about that shitting on Hassan thing. They're very careful. Salvatore with $5. I upset Salvatore today. I don't feel good about that. He says, the divorce rate is over 50% and she was out of your league. Dude, did you ever try to gaslight yourself into thinking your marriage to April was going to last? I don't know. I think you can tell by now that I don't think that far ahead a lot of times, to my own detriment. Salvatore with another $5 says, could you make nice with that lady from the Paz podcast and interview her about what it was like to splash Little Beaver at WrestleMania 3? PAS. You're calling Haley and Jackie King Kong Bundy. That's not very nice. That's really mean-spirited. I don't endorse that kind of. How dare you, Salvatore? Baba Booey with $1.99. Oh, I pissed him off too. You're covering Destiny, but Blind Mike can't cover you. I didn't say he couldn't. I just said admit. I just wish these guys would have the confidence and the courage of their convictions to say, yeah, I mean, I can't do it without him. I mean, I obviously show every day. I can do shows without any of this stuff. I just choose to talk about it because I like it. These people, if they don't have Aaron, they got shit. And that makes me laugh. And if that gets to you, don't let it. All right? Don't let it get to you. All right? It shows that you're taking all this stuff way too seriously. Facts are facts. I spit facts at you. If those facts hurt your feelings, that's something you got to deal with. Don't bring it to me. I ain't your fucking dad. 175 away from tonight's goal. 199 says Baba Booey Hooey. He is not doing well tonight. Your rules are incoherent and childish. They're not rules. They're opinions. I'm sorry. Like, again, I didn't bring it up. You did. I gave you an answer. You got mad. I don't know what to tell you. It's a fun little talk show, and you are getting very upset at me saying, look, these people need me. And I know that's upsetting to you, but they do. That's okay. I'm not saying they're bad for it. I'm not saying they're evil for it. I've never said that. You're adding these layers to shit I say that just aren't there. These are harmless facts. They shouldn't get you worked up. The fact is, I'm a draw. A lot of these people don't have content without me. It doesn't bother me any. I'm honored that they're such big fans that the only way they can make it go is if I'm creating content. What's wrong with me being proud of that? Just don't understand it. Just don't get it, man. You'll be all right, though. You'll throw me another couple bucks. We'll hash this whole thing out. 175 away from today's goal. Thank you, guys. I love having fun with Baba Booey Huey. He's okay. He's just a little high strung. 175 away from today. Hey, let's get away from all that horse shit. And you guys throw in on the PayPal, Venmo, the Streamlabs, the Rumble Rants, everything else. I am sweaty tonight because it's warm down here, because we really barely eked one out this morning with pity donos in the afternoon. And I am worried that we are on a downslope this week. And I don't want to see that happen this evening. So if you love Steel Toe, put my mind at ease. Let's do a good show tonight. And that means staying ahead of the sticks on the goal. Thank you. Please contribute so I can feel like I'm actually doing a real show and not a beg fest. Let's go to the Snoop Dogg thing because I love this clip. So we've been talking about how a bigger percentage of black people, when you look at the last few elections, are leaning Republican. And I don't think it's over taxes. I don't think it's over regulations or any of that kind of stuff. I think a lot of the reason that black people are starting to go Republican is that they're a lot more conservative in like their social beliefs. Like they're not big on gay. They're not big on trans. They're not big on a lot of that stuff being put out there. They especially don't like it when it's put out there in front of kids. So you're the kind of the political left in this country, or the social left in this country, is losing a lot of people because of the fact that they're trying to appeal to this very small group. In this case, the LGBT community. They appeal to them. They've got them all wrapped up as if they wouldn't. But they're losing people who might be on their side, but are a little too cultural conservative to swallow that. No pun intended. Black people, immigrants, Latinos, Muslim refugees, populations that Democrats have been bringing to this country in large numbers over the last few decades to pump up their voter numbers. Let's go ahead and let's listen to Snoop. Thank you, Shane M. with the $2. Glad we got the blind mic seething tonight. I really do kind of own that crowd. And Baba Booey Huey with $1.99 says, we're good, Boo. Hugs and headbutts to you. See, I told you he'd see it my way. Baba Booey Huey, thanks for coming back into the tent, buddy. Appreciate it. See, if you talk to these kids like they're adults, they respect you, they agree with you, and you end up raising them right. Speaking of which, Snoop Dogg, and by the way, this is going to kind of throw you as to how old Snoop's gotten. Snoop Dogg took his grandkids to the movies a while back to see that Buzz Lightyear movie that came out. Now, in the Buzz Lightyear movie, I believe they had lesbo parents in that movie because, you know, a Disney movie about Toy Story has to have a social message. In this case, lesbians with kids. Okay, whatever. No, but it was there. Snoop had some things to say about it, and it has really riled some people up. Now, I don't know why it riles people up. I don't know why people get excited. I don't know why conservatives get pissed off at some sportscaster or some actor or actress when they decide to talk about politics. I don't know why lefties would get mad at Snoop Dogg and his political opinions. These people are just fucking dumb celebrities. Let them have their opinion. Move on to the next thing. But, as a talk show host, I will say it's a good distraction. It gives us girls something, to knock the ball up in the air about. But this is what Snoop had to say about Buzz Lightyear. A lot of people cheering him on today. A very vocal minority giving him a lot of shit. And it's just online. He'll be fine.
What you see. It's what you see. They putting it everywhere.
He just started this with what you see is what you see. And you're going to take this seriously? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I took my grandson to see, what was the movie with Buzz Lightyear?
Toy Story?
The movie you went to take your kids with Buzz Lightyear in it was called Buzz Lightyear. You got this, buddy.
Sorry.
Not that one, but
the new Buzz. The Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
Yeah, with Keke Palmer's in that movie. So we watching it.
Snoop was just mad that the movie was called Buzz and it had no weed in it. He felt cheated.
And she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman?
Fucking Snoop Dogg's grandson is based. I like it. And now if you have good parents, they'll say, that's for something when you're older. It's just a movie. Don't worry about it. If you have insane mentally ill parents that need to have their fucking meds adjusted, they try to explain it to you. Well, you see, there are different lifestyles throughout the... No. You know how movies shouldn't have this shit in them when they're made for kids because kids don't need to see this shit? Same thing when they ask, Grandpa, Pop, why are there two ladies with a baby in this movie? You don't need to know that. That's not something for you to know right now. It's just a movie. It's not real. Don't worry about it. Let these kids stay woefully ignorant of the world around them as long as you can.
Woman. Oh, shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? So it's like, fuck me, I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for.
Bingo! And that's why people are upset. They're not homophobic. They don't hate gay people. It's just that everywhere they fucking go with everyone in their life, they have to see this shit, and they'd rather not. It's taxing. It's time to tell the LGBTQ community, we're okay, with you existing, it's fine. But there's something you need to know about yourself. We weren't going to say anything because we thought you'd just kind of get the hint, but you don't. You're exhausting to deal with. You never can get enough attention. You have no long-term memory of what people say, do, or do for you. It's always the last thing that you did is how you feel about that person. And you feel the need to interject yourself into fucking every facet of American life. Let me tuck my cock and, put on fake tits and read to kindergartners. No! Why not? 'Cause no! This isn't a conversation, a discussion we need to be having. You're freaking out Snoop Dogg. Hey, let's put a couple lesbians in the Lightyear movie. Hey, who's that movie for? 6-year-olds. Then we're not putting lesbians in it. Why? Because Snoop's gonna... You're not even making Snoop mad. You're exhausting Snoop Dogg. It's one thing if fucking dumb cunty Ben Shapiro goes, I didn't like this movie because of the dykes. The dykes in the movie made me upset. He's upset about everything all the time. When you make Snoop, you're making Snoop scared to go to the movies. And when a black man is afraid to go to the movies, it should be because of the other black people yelling at the screen, not because of the lesbians in the movie. So let's put Snoop Dogg at ease. Let's back this shit off for a while. And here's the thing, Disney. If you back this shit off for a while and you stop doing all this stuff, more Snoop Dogs will come back to the theater with your kids, and then you won't have to keep wondering why these movies keep fucking bombing all the time. You'll be able to make movies that make money, and they're simple, and it's a good guy and a bad guy, and there's a struggle, and the good guy wins in the end, and we all go home happy. And we don't have to explain to kids what lesbians are. We don't have to explain to kids why the lesbians have a baby. Everything's nice and simple.
It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids that we have to show that at this age. Like
that part.
They're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I don't have the answer.
Yeah.
And that's just it. They're going to ask questions and I don't have the answers. Why? Because I didn't plan to talk to you about this shit because it wasn't necessary. But now they've just, and it's intentional, they jam that shit into the movie thinking you will have to talk to your kid about that. It's so invasive on a disgusting level. It's just really, really invasive. But here we are. We've got Snoop Dogg has to worry about, Snoop's got to worry about lesbians in his Disney movies. And again, this is what kind of leads these guys like Snoop Dogg, who probably aren't very political, to pull the lever for Republicans. Not because they think Republicans have what's best for him and his, but because they definitely can't side with the people making him scared to go to the movies, for God's sake. Nader P says, hear me out. If black people are uncomfortable around the lesbian family construct, then they will not go to the movies. Therefore, if Hollywood puts it in the first 5 minutes of every movie, the theaters will be quiet and enjoyable again. I say keep it up. No, I don't think we want to scare people out of the movie theater. By the way, MSO says RIP Johnny, Digger, Crunchy, and Aaron's career. No shit, we're barely over 200 people right now tonight. Oh my God. This is brutal. Our morning numbers have been pretty consistent. I will say that. Our evening numbers have not been good. Mondays especially. I think we got up over 300 on both Tuesday and Wednesday last week, but Monday was a bloodbath. And guys, I do hope you decide to start throwing in a couple of bucks. Otherwise, the sweat equity and the bouncing around and the screaming and the getting shows together really just seems like an exercise in psychosis for me. So, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, 175 away from tonight. We are not doing great. Help us out. Let's knock it out so I don't have to do more of this. So it actually seems like I'm doing a real show. Boy, after the start we've gotten off to tonight and the swing and a miss we did this morning, I'm panicking a little bit. So help us out. You've been doing great lately. It's been months and months and months, probably over a year of a really good roll. Just help us stay on it, please. Especially those gifted memberships and the PayPals and the Venmo and everything else. Just let's throw in a little bit, and then I'll spend more time with you in the chat. I can't keep going to you in the chat for free. I gotta dance so I can make some donos and make doing this show worth it. I mean, shit. the way we've been going so far tonight, my last hour, I probably could have made more at Quick Trip. Let's go ahead and go to the Donald Trump South Korea meeting and why the leader of South Korea either looks like he could have been played by like a racist, eyes taped back Dan Aykroyd in the 80s, or why he's Jimmy Neutron, the Korean version. But this is Donald Trump and the South Korean president. He was here today, and he actually accomplished quite a bit. They got a trade deal done. The South Korean president smooched Donald Trump's ass quite a bit, and you could tell Donald enjoyed it. Here in this clip, we have the South Korean president. I thought you'd like this. He's comparing how things were in South Korea while Trump was president in his first term and how things were when Biden was president these last 4 years.
Mr. President, you mentioned about Chairman Kim, and thanks to your efforts when you were in office during your first term, the situation on the Korean Peninsula was stable. But during the hiatus where you were out of office, North Korea developed further its nuclear and missile capabilities, and that led to a deterioration on the situation of the Korean Peninsula.
By the way, this isn't like a bad ventriloquist thing. This is his interpreter speaking.
And they wouldn't have done that. They would not have done that if I were president. That was not going to happen.
대통령이 당선되었다면 그런 일이 일어나지 않았을 것입니다.
전적으로 공감합니다. I completely agree with you.
So the South Korean president, I mean, that's not going to play well on the news because they want to make it sound like, remember, their whole thing is Trump is a loose cannon. Trump is a wild man. Trump's out of his mind. Nobody around the world respects him. Putin's going to bend him over a barrel. The rest of the world laughs at us when he's our president. Now you got the South Korean president saying, hey, we had 4 years of you and things were great. We had 4 years of the other guy where the country was basically run by a conglomerate because the other guy was taking naps. And it was a shit show, and North Korea's nuclear program got stronger. I'll be honest, I don't know how North Korea's hanging in there. Like, statistically, they should all be starved to death by now. But they still keep it going. They still somehow keep finding enough money to keep those missiles being produced. They still find enough money to not have their people starve to death. I mean, it's just these communist countries have a way, with the one exception of China. These communist countries have a way of either they kind of make a slow shift towards kind of a capitalism, if not crony capitalism, corporatism kind of thing, or they just slowly wilt like the Soviet Union and go away. I mean, don't get me wrong, North Korea is in the absolute shitter, but the fact that they're still existing is like in a weird way impressive. So it's a good day for Trump on that. I think on tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about the flag burning thing, and you guys can get all worked up and we can debate that. Trump wants to throw people in jail for burning the flag. It was very interesting to see a lot of people who are kind of right-wing people be against Trump on that. You know, with free speech, freedom of expression, your right to protest and all that. I found that to be very intriguing and actually kind of encouraging that they didn't like that. Aces gifting a membership. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. 170 away from tonight. Oh, show me I've got some fans still. Billy Bob Norris getting a membership gifted. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. 170 is the number. Let's try to keep that going. Slow my heart rate down. Honky says, breaking news. Snoop Dogg's been axed from the Aussie Rules Grand Final halftime show because of his Buzz Lightyear noticing. Wait, what? That I thought you were kidding. Snoop Dogg, Aussie. The AFL Grand Final in Australia. Green Senator wants Snoop Dogg dumped from the... Calls for AFL to drop slur merchant Snoop Dogg. So now Snoop Dogg is a slur merchant because he said he didn't like there being a lesbian couple in the Buzz Lightyear movie because it made for an uncomfortable conversation with his grandson. That now all of a sudden that's a slur. That's the same as him dropping the gay F-bomb in the middle of the theater. Well, son, look, they a bunch of... He didn't do that. He just said, look, when I go to take my kid to a Disney movie, I plan to not have a conversation about how lesbian families can have children. It's not a heady conversation I expect to have when I see Pixar in the opening credits. And when I do see Pixar in the opening credits from now on, I'm not going to want to take my grandkids to the movie because I'm afraid I'll have to have some kind of big philosophical discussion on gender and sexuality. And that's not something that Snoop Dogg wants to do with his grandkid. For that, they're going to drop him from the AFL. And what's the AFL? The Aussie Rules Grand Final. He was going to perform at their halftime show, but because of the Buzz Lightyear thing, and what is it? Slur merchant? I like that. I can see people in our chat now becoming slur merchant. I imagine people racing to grab the name slur merchant. Hobo Chili Recipe says, the slur merchant. I would like some Underground Railroad insults and Father Day insults. Black market, of course. Yeah, like the slur merchant is the guy you go to when you need some slurs. All right, I'm looking for something for my wife's birthday. Really not a big fan of black people, but she really overuses N's. She has enough N's. That one's played out. I was wondering if you had any slurs that were, a little obscure, but also affordable within my budget. What can you do for us? Have you tried smoke? Oh, no, I haven't. Well, we have a special on smoke today. 4 for $10.25. What do you say? Oh, my God, that would be perfect. Thank you, slur merchant. That's, I'm guessing that guy would have to be Italian. Papa Shop says, could I fit you for a boo? Or maybe even a jockey? Let me see. You come in here. Oh, man, you're saying spick, but you know what? Your eyes say wetback. Have you ever thought of wet? Maybe. I think maybe. Well, I am very angry at my gardener. Oh, yeah, then that's going to be the perfect one. Have you thought of border jumper? It's innocent. It's lightweight. It doesn't create so much kickback and recoil. I think that one might be perfect for you. Yeah, because I'm not really comfortable with slurs. Oh, so you need like a starter kit. Nomo says Snoop slurry slur. Well, yeah, you got to remember Snoop Dogg's a slur merchant now. So you got to be very careful with how you talk about him. Dan Vicious with $2 says, one day soon you'll be beaten for rejecting Allah, Israel, and gay sex. Weird how that all works. Nomo with $1 says, remember when Trump made that movie-like presentation for UN? For Un and North Korea people, fake news made fun of it, but it was for professionalism and inspiring for them. Oh, I don't remember that, but sounds good to me. Baba Booey with $1.99. Bro, I think the fact that you know who that is shows that maybe that's enough internet for you. No offense, but I don't think that's as badass as a comment as you think it is. People are either going, who? Or they're going, bro, this guy's damaged. And I think both are right. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, we call them Mondays. Nobody likes a Monday. Thank you, Loaded Wrench. 165 away from tonight's goal. We are slow going this evening. Help us out, guys. I really would appreciate it. Throw in nice big contributions to the program. I wanted to kind of try and do this $5 at a time, but they're just not coming in that way. If you're feeling like making a big drop on the toe, it sure would go a long way. Thanks a lot. K-Fallen the Great becoming a member for 39 months over on YouTube. Thank you. By the way, that's a great way to get my attention over on YouTube, sending money. And I got to worry about this lesbian on my YouTube feed. Gag me with a spoon, Snoop. Oh, because I'm a lesbian. I understand. Taste Fairy Ielto says, not to be confused with Jesse P.S., who is a slaw merchant. Very good. I like the idea of I think Hobo had a great idea for an actual slur merchant. Like just a guy who actually goes around and Papa Shab's idea of fitting them for slurs. Just kind of looking at them and going, you think that you're a coon man, but you're really not. You're more of a moulin. I mean, it would be a skill, like to be able to read people and see what they need slur-wise. I'm not saying it would be a very politically correct gig. What a weird thing to call someone. Like the reasons you need to fire someone from a gig, if you have to make up the term slur merchant, how about he didn't do anything bad enough for you to can him from the job? I don't even know what the grand rules final is. Is it racing? Is it soccer? Is it rugby? Like whatever it is, just let him do the fucking halftime show. Like Snoop isn't the one who's going to put lesbians with a baby out in front of your kids. He's the one saying, let's keep it simple. Nomo says, bring out your slurs. Bring out your slurs. Random Bacon gifting 5 memberships over on YouTube. Thank you so much, Random Bacon. That's now going to put Random Bacon on the leaderboard. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Random Bacon is now at 25. Random Bacon is in 4th place. And Brian is now in the cuck chair with Hunter falling out of the cuck chair at $20. Oh, shit, man. That helps. Thank you so much. So we now have... Oh, wrong marker, dipshit. So we now have Hunter falling out of the cuck chair, and he's going to be at 20. Thank you very, very much. Oh, my God. What is Toad Climbs Mountains doing without a membership in the Rumble chat? Shameful. All right, guys, 150 away from tonight's goal. Keep going. That is a great start. Let's keep it moving, and let's pump this thing up. Kraken Slappin' becoming a member on YouTube for 39 months. Says 39 months of this abuse. And I appreciate you being here to be my emotional and intellectual punching bag. Now here's what I need. Here's the difference between me and real shows who are actually successful. They just keep that shit going. All right? I'm going to keep doing the show. I'm going to keep moving. You guys keep throwing that shit at me. We'll get to 0, and then I'll shut the fuck up about it. Let's go. Rumble, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. Get in there. And let's get this 150 taken care of because we got our fucking asses kicked this morning. And I can't handle 2 in a row. I can't. So the Roblox situation is continuing. You got to respect Chris Hansen. The word hustle applies to the guy. Chris Hansen, ever since Dateline NBC went off the air, Chris Hansen has been trying to reboot it in one form or another. He tried to do a crowdfunding thing to get this high-level production Hansen versus Predator funded. That didn't work. Then he made like a leap into YouTube and he tried to make Onision like his big target. And he was going to bust Onision for, being a guy who's into minors, which wouldn't be difficult. Who knows? Maybe Chris Hansen can go after Destiny now, and that's how he can get back into it. But Chris Hansen he's that guy who had that hit show, and he's not going to stop playing the character. He is like Christopher McDonald and Shooter McGavin. Chris Hansen is going to keep reviving the To Catch a Predator thing until it hits again. Now he's going after Roblox. So, and this is probably a good idea by old Chris because Roblox has been in the news a lot lately because it's a breeding ground for perverts. It's a breeding ground for predators. They prey on children that are playing the game. They try to get them talking to them in the chat and going off and meeting them and shit like that. And Roblox is currently being sued because the parents and some other groups feel that Roblox isn't doing enough to protect children. Now, my kids play. I monitor it very closely from my devices and from theirs. I have a lot of parental controls on the game. They can't chat with anyone. So To me, it's still ultimately the parent's responsibility. But if the game isn't really going to give a shit and not going to make an effort to meet the parents in the middle, that is kind of an issue. And it's an issue that our boy Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator is ready to jump on the bandwagon of. And you know, I have no problem with this because, yes, it's opportunistic. Yes, it's Chris Hansen trying to grift off this Roblox thing. But it does have a side effect of having a guy turn up the heat on predators, try to catch them, try to expose them. That's great. You know, is Chris Hansen doing it for the most pure of reasons? Fuck no. But at the same time, as long as somebody's willing to do the job, I say let him. This is what Chris Hansen had to say about the Roblox thing. And then after this, we have Roblox response, which is really creepy and interesting.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox. Well, it's absolutely true, and we're deep into it. I've already interviewed law enforcement investigators and victims of this horrible activity. And we have some collaborators, some people who've been working in this space, including Schlepp, who have committed to help us in this endeavor. Will Roblox actually say anything about it? Will it make any changes? We're going to do our best to hold them accountable. Stay tuned. We're working hard on this project.
Like you can smell the phony coming off of them. You can smell like the old-timey, opportunistic clickbait newsman. But at the same time, if he's going to do what he's going to do and these organizations are going to work with him and it's going to have a positive impact, then fuck it. Let the guy be a fame whore who's only doing this because he wants to be noticed. At least some good's getting done. So Roblox responded. And this is where things get really fucky. You would think as Chris Hansen goes, hey, we're going to go into this game Roblox and we're going to try and catch some predators. You would think that Roblox would be ecstatic about this. You would think they would go, oh my God, thank goodness. We need to clean this up. It's been a huge liability for us. Thanks for being here, Mr. Hansen. However, after 6 child predators were already captured because of Chris Hansen's efforts, remember, he's been doing this for maybe a week or two. And he's already reeled in and captured, not him personally, police have arrested 6 predators just from this Roblox game. Instead of Roblox going, we got him. We're working with Chris Hansen. This is great. They're now banning Chris Hansen from Roblox forever.
This video isn't going to be your typical video. This video is actually a call for help. And
So the people who are helping him and the people who are trying to weed out these child predators are being kicked off the game forever for what Roblox is calling vigilantism. They're saying that these people are vigilantes and vigilantes are not allowed on Roblox, even though they're not vigilantes at all. They get caught. The police are notified. The police take these guys down, just like in To Catch a Predator. But Roblox would rather protect these predators than let the actual numbers come out. I don't think it would kill the game. You know, they're worried that it would be a terrible PR thing and that it'll cause the game to completely collapse in on itself. I think the opposite is true. I think if you stop people from trying to get these predators out of the game and, you know, they go public with all this stuff and the world finds out that Roblox is trying to keep predators a secret and let them operate in the shadows, people are going to pull the plug on this shit. But if Roblox goes, hey, we're working with Chris Hansen, we're working with, these underage sting operation groups and the police to weed these creeps out of your kids' games, I think that would make people feel less on edge about Roblox. I think it would make them more comfortable. That's not, look, it's one of those choose your own adventure books. Roblox hit a fork in the road and they could go cover up for the predators or go after them. Guess which one they chose.
Need everybody to share this video. The Roblox Corporation has sent a cease and desist letter to me, a 22-year-old, versus a multi-billion-dollar company, threats of litigation, because I catch predators on their platform. Within the last year, me and my team have gotten 6 predators arrested.
So for reference, this is the guy that Chris Hansen is working with to catch these guys.
Within the Roblox community. Almost all of them have admitted to doing this before to other Roblox users. Every account that I've owned on Roblox since I was 8 years old has been terminated. Accounts that we were actively talking to predators on have now been banned off of Roblox. What Roblox did could potentially stop some predators from facing real life consequences. Not to mention,
not only that, it would keep them on the game. It would keep them talking to kids instead of talking to decoys.
that Roblox has made a very firm stance that I can no longer access the Roblox platform anymore, which I want to make clear at the start of this video. I will not be accessing Roblox in any capacity at this point further unless Roblox says otherwise. This is pretty heartbreaking to me because I've been playing Roblox since I was a little kid. I've loved this platform. I still do. I met my current girlfriend who I've been dating for 3 years.
And think about this, and you get the idea now that the guy got kicked off for this. And think about this. The guy was giving you free help. The guy was helping you get predators off your platform, and you banned him from the platform. He wasn't asking you for money. You didn't have to pay him. He was essentially being a free garbage man for your service, and you chose to protect the people he was trying to get off of his platform, allow them to continue creeping on kids because you heard Chris Hansen was coming to town. If you would have celebrated this, if you would have publicized this, I think a lot of people would have found it encouraging. But goes without saying, you fucked it up. Random Bacon with $2 says steel toe to catch a predator when? Bro, I can't even hit the fucking goal on these shows. I appreciate that, Random Bacon. That's very nice. And you're now in second place with $27. Wally World in third with 25. Thermodyne Diesel in fourth. And Brian's still in the cuck chair at 20. But, like, I can't even hit the goal this week on any of these fucking shows or get close. Like, I don't know what kind of steel toe expansion pack you're asking for, but it ain't fucking happening, dude. It ain't happening. We're 150 away from tonight's goal. I really thought that was a good segment. I thought that was a solid thing. I went back to the chat. Here we are. Here we are. After another perfect week last week. And then Numero Uno started us off on Sunday with a nice 50 drop. I appreciated that. And I can't blame the morning crowd. I can't blame the morning crowd because we are struggling more tonight than we did today. Our numbers are terrible. The money is way the fuck off. I'm sweating to the oldies on this one. I got my real ID today. That's awesome. I'm going to tell you guys just banal anecdotes about my life tonight, seeing as the singing and the dancing and the slur merchant and the being funny. It ain't fucking working. I got my real ID finally. It's months and months and months late. And I took out my old license and put it next to my real ID. And boy, the last few years have aged me horribly. I am not honestly... in my vanity, I'm going to have this lasered. I mean, I'm going to do jaw exercises. I'm going to do all that. I'm going to keep doing yoga and all that. But like, this is just with age. This is just coming down more and more. And I'm going to end up having it lasered off. It's just so ugly. It's just so gross. I don't like it. It's disgusting. I think I'm ugly with it. So I probably will have that. We'll keep working on it. It's just so gross. Like I can feel it, and it's just ugh. And I saw it on my license, and I'm just like, I gotta fucking gobble now. Ugh. All of a sudden, I'm getting down. My shirt's soaked with flop sweat. I'm just, my arms are sweaty today. I'm really going through it today. And you know what sucks? I woke up today so happy. I'm like, dude, low goal. We're gonna be okay. This is going to be all right. And now it's what the haters have been hoping for like the last 2 years. It's like, as long as they just hang in there, eventually they're going to get to see the collapse. for sure. 150 away from tonight. Are we going to hit it? Probably fucking not, unless anyone's feeling really generous in the next hour and 10 minutes. Fucking hell. All right, let's go to the next story that's not going to work or get anybody talking. Southwest Airlines. I thought every airline in the world was doing this, but apparently I'm wrong. Southwest Airlines, I think, is going to be one of the last airlines to require plus-size passengers to book 2 seats. I thought this was a thing that started like 20, 30 years ago. That airlines make, like, if you're a fat ass and you take up 2 seats, you pay for 2 seats. That's the way it should go. There shouldn't be a one ass rule. Like, hey, you're one ass, you pay for 1 seat, come on the plane. If you bleed over into someone else's seat because America has created jumbo asses, it's okay, 1 flat fee. Fuck that. If I can't sit in my seat because your big, obese, fucking giant gorilla ass is taking up my seat, you can pay for my ticket. That's only fair. But I didn't know that there were still airlines that weren't doing this. Southwest Airlines, starting next year, is going to require plus-size passengers to book 2 seats. I would guess that I didn't know that people weren't doing this already, but I would guess if there were any other airlines that don't charge for 2 seats, I would say Spirit's one of them. I would say Spirit. Does Spirit charge for 2 seats? Yeah, Spirit charges for seat selection. Not that. For obese passengers. That's what we want to see. Yes, Spirit Airlines requires passengers who are unable to sit comfortably within a single seat, as indicated by the armrest being down, or who encroach on an adjacent seat to purchase an additional seat for their flight. Good for them. Good for them. You know, this was something that was debated quite a bit for a while. And it was, you know, is this fat phobic? Is this something we shouldn't be doing to obese people? Look at the size of that feller, though. Oh, my goodness, is he a stud? Should we do this? Is this fat phobic or whatever? To me, it's just it's business. Like, if you weigh more, it costs more for you to fly. You're a bigger drag to the plane because you're so gigantic. Yeah, you're heavier cargo. You pay more. You know, I think if you want to encourage people in this country to get fit, to get in better shape, fuck it. Start charging them by the pound. Just start charging plane passengers by the pound, and you'll see, like, people who fly for business a lot, they'll get their asses in shape. People who fly their families for vacations and stuff, they won't let their kids all of a sudden just be, you know, eating 5,000 fucking calories a day and getting, you know, childhood diabetes. It's worth a shot. And it also makes business sense because the less you weigh, the less it costs to fly you. But yeah, if you're fucking out to here and your ass is hanging over another seat, of course we make you pay more. Again, I'm surprised that there's airlines that still do this. I had no idea. Oh, T. Duden, that's just mean. How dare you? That's not very nice. Very, very true, but not very nice. Thank you, Rocky, for the $10 over on PayPal. I appreciate that, Rock. 140 away from tonight. Thank you very much. They call me Mario, says, yo, bitches, what have I missed? I'm fucking tanking. That's what you're missing. Low numbers today. Not doing very well on the goal. Not even pity donations coming in. Uh-oh. Another trade for the Vikings. Minnesota receiving a 6th-round pick for Mekhi Blackmon. Wait a minute. I like Mekhi Blackmon. Is this true? Vikings, Colts trade. Let's see. Yep, it is. Okay, confirmed by Tom Pelissero. The Vikings are, I mean, we keep grabbing trade capital. We're trying to make a deal for a wide receiver. Make the fucking Adam Thielen deal already. I need this Adam Thielen deal. I want to bring the kid back to Minnesota. We just keep trading guys and grabbing picks. We grabbed another 5th rounder for, what is it? For Sam Howell. You know, we grabbed a 6th rounder for Harrison Phillips. Now we grabbed another 6th rounder from Mekhi Blackman. How much do the Panthers need for us to get Adam Thielen over here? I'm very sad to see Mekhi Blackman go, though, because going into last year, he was supposed to take a huge step up and be a really good corner for us. He tore his ACL, and I'm guessing he didn't come back from it very well because we felt like dealing him. Either that or Isaiah Rodgers and Jeff Okudah looked really good in the preseason. So goodbye, Mekhi Blackman. 6th round pick. Can we try and package these to Carolina and get us Adam Thielen? Sure would be nice. All right, Random Bacon with $5. Thank you very much. Says, make people go into fast food places and stand on a scale. Their weight determines how much they can eat. You know what? We're looking for idea people nowadays. All right? Whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, we're just looking to spitball. That's it. It also gets us down to 135 away from tonight's goal. Come on, baby. Keep going. Let's keep knocking this thing down. Bring me out of my funk. Bring me out of my negative thoughts that are just invading my head going, you know, Aaron, they're right about you. It's all coming crumbling down, so on and so forth. The boyhood dream is dead. You're hanging on desperately by your fingernails. Why the fuck are you doing this to yourself? We got an hour and 5 minutes, $135 away from today's goal. And now where does that put Random Bacon? Puts him still in second place at $32. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Keep them coming, and I can talk to you guys in the chat a little bit more. Sound good? I like this move. Trump and Pete Hegseth want to change the Department of Defense back to the Department of War. Doesn't do anything. It's not like, you know, oh my God, fucking based, America's back. And it's not anything like that. It's a branding change that at least tells you what the Department of Defense does. It's laughable to call our Department of Defense the Department of Defense. I mean, what are they defending? Like when we attacked Iran, what of America what were we defending of the United States? Notice I said of the United States because we all know who they were really defending by bombing Iran. I almost slipped there. Like Department of War, that's what we called it up until, early 20th century? Up until just before World War II, I want to say. We called it the Department of War because that's what it is. It's how we make war. Department of Defense, bullshit. How do you defend yourself? By going to war. It's a branding thing.
Standing behind me, if you take a little vote, if you want to change it back to what it was when we used to win wars all the time, that's okay with me. All right?
That's coming
soon,
sir.
You let me know if you want to do it. I think Department of War. It just sounded bad. He said, sir, on behalf of the Department of Defense. Defense. I don't want to be defense only. We want defense, but we want offense too, if that's okay. So you'll make it.
Call it the Department of Offense. I mean, Trump and I want it changed for different reasons. I want it called the Department of War because, well, that's what it is. Trump's like, he stopped himself a few times, but he was like, I don't want it called the Department of Defense because I don't want to be on defense. I want to be on offense. I want to bomb those little brown giblets into submission. I want to call it the Division of Bombing the Browns. Call it the Division of Dropping Missiles on Poor People. That's what we call it. Why don't we just call it Mossad and cut out the middleman? Got a big announcement today. Pete Hegseth and I, we came to a great decision. We're going to be renaming the Department of Defense. We're going to be renaming it what it truly is, and that's the Israeli Defense Forces, or IDF for short.
Decision, but you know, as Department of War, we won everything. We won everything.
Right, like that war we started with Mexico so we could bully them into giving us the entire Pacific Northwest and Texas. Yeah, like that one. Or like the one where we faked a ship bombing so that we could invade all of Spain's colonial possessions in the Caribbean and take those. You know, the good old days.
And I think we're going to have to go back to that.
Papa Booey Huey, I'm sorry that I trigger you, buddy. I can't help it, but thank you for the money.
India and Pakistan. But we stopped them all. We stopped.
Something about me having fun that just upsets people. I'm sorry. I like doing the stuff I do. If other people can only get, I'll say it again, if people can only get views and money by watching me have a good time and do an actual show, hopefully someday they learn something and they can grow up, and instead of being a rip-off show or a watcher of people who can do, they might be able to do their own thing someday. I think that would be cute, and they could thank me. $5 from T-Duden said, oh, I'm having trouble reading this. Interesting day wave did the afternoon 4 to 6 today and never passed. I can't see how many. Is it 900 total YouTube and Rumble? A lot of tough talk from Royce for a show with lower numbers. I can't see what number you put in there because it's covered by the word status on PayPal. I apologize for that. So he didn't do his normal show today? Strange. It's a little odd. Thank you, Walter, for the $20. I appreciate that, buddy. Boy, did we need a Walter drop in tonight. Holy shit.
Want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
We desperately needed our buddy Walter over there on PayPal. Oh, T. Duden says he didn't crack 800. Oh, shit. So he was like steel toe, basically, with his Revenge of the Sith show. Well, that's no good. All right, that got us down to 110 for tonight. I'm feeling a little better. Thank you, Walter. Thank you, who was that? Thank you, T. Duden. All right. Now we're getting down there. Thank you, Baba Booey. 110. Guys, just let that rally roll a little bit longer. Give that a little more time, and we'll have the, all of a sudden, we'll have the goal knocked out early when a little bit ago we were struggling to get anywhere tonight. Hey, maybe Steel Toe's coming back. Maybe we had the weirdest 25-minute turnaround ever. Or maybe Aaron should just be a little more patient. Nah, fuck that. It's the other one. By trading Sam Howell, Mekhi Blackman, and Harrison Phillips, the Vikings have added a 5th and 6th round pick in next year's draft and a 6th and 7th round pick in the 2027 draft. We have more than enough draft capital to go up and get Adam Thielen. By the time I wake up tomorrow, I want Adam Thielen to be a Minnesota Viking, and I will be happy for the year. I will be happy. Rusty Grammar says, no, ROTC was over 1.2. Daywave didn't break 800, but who's counting? Did they? I don't understand it, though. But, like, how could they have Daywave and ROTC? I'm so confused. I don't know what the hell is going on. Either way, thank you guys very much. Adam Simon with $5 over on PayPal. See, chat, you guys get it moving like PayPal is. I'll be back in there and we'll have some fun. Adam with $5 says, gay evening, lads. Hey, don't be saying shit like gay evening. That's like, that you're being a slur merchant. And we have enough slur merchants in this country. By God. 105 away from tonight. Thank you guys. Keep it going. Cannot thank you enough for your contributions. Phil Hurslett says, you can have them. Lions beating them anyway. I don't know, man. Your Lions have lost a lot more than you think. They've lost a center. They've lost a guard. They've lost their offensive coordinator, their defensive coordinator. They're a year older everywhere else. I don't know. Baba Booey, I'm not skipping your super chat, sweetheart, even when you say the same thing over and over, proving that I've gotten to you. Thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate that. And Confucius never actually said it. Thank you for giving me light work to train on. Vadam with $5 says, Adam Thielen won't be traded as the Panthers have nothing to gain by giving him to the Vikings. They just got a wide receiver from Oakland. Right. So they've got a little bit of a crowded receiver room, and they need a little cap relief, and by trading Adam Thielen, we can give them that. So let's get him. Either way, even if it's not Adam Thielen, we've built up enough draft capital to go out there and get a decent wide receiver. Thank you, Vadam. 100 away from tonight. We're getting there in the words of the famous Chad Zumach, we're doing it. Keep it going. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, etc., etc., etc. All right, about an hour left in tonight's show. Let's open up our second hour shit. Daniel Day-Lewis made a comeback. He made another movie. You know, Daniel Day-Lewis retires every 5 or 6 years, 5 or 6 years. Daniel Day-Lewis seemingly makes a movie once every decade. And every time he comes back to make a movie once a decade, he gets nominated for an Oscar, and he usually wins it. He is one of, if not the greatest actors of our generation, maybe of all time, in my opinion. Aboliticious gifting a membership to Toad Climbs Mountains. Thank you very much, buddy. $95 away from tonight's goal and 21 gifted memberships away from 300. Thanks, guys. Hey, again, as long as you just keep breathing life into that fire of a rally we've got going, maybe for once we can have this goal knocked out early and we'd be good. McBuster says Daniel Day-Lewis is great. Saw There Will Be Blood again a couple days ago. He's the man. Daniel Day-Lewis. I know it's hack, but he's one of my favorite actors of all time. Oh, wow. We have another update on the Raja Jackson situation. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Let's check out this Daniel Day-Lewis trailer. It's a movie called Anemone. It's with Daniel Day-Lewis and Sean Bean. This could work. Let's give it a watch.
All these years, the isolation. This is it. This is my life. I've seen my share of lost souls, brother. I'm beyond your reach, Jem. No. The Invisible Man. Ray Stalker. How long was it, brother? When you went limping off into the woods? What, 20 years? Why did he leave us? The army teaches you to grin and bear it.
Okay, so he was like a guy in the Irish military. I'm guessing he was fighting the IRA and he slaughtered a bunch of people and he couldn't handle it, so he ran off into the woods. Okay.
The war with crime. And we were the phantom soldiers.
Ray never spoke to me about what happened over there.
I can't help you. Till he's told me what happened. Is that a question? What do you want from me, brother? What do you want?
I hate how they go, like, is that intentional? Because that's the second time they've done that now. It says Academy Award winner Daniel Day-Lewis and then just Sean Bean. Sean Bean has been amazing in everything he does. Can we, like, make up an award? Can we give him an award just for the credits? Or call him, like, Game of Thrones guy Sean Bean, Golden Eyes Sean Bean, The Hitcher Sean Bean, something? There is a part in every Daniel Day-Lewis movie where he has to break down and scream at something. I hope we see that in the trailer. Sometimes it's just screaming in general. This one looks like he might scream at the moon or the darkness, but there's always a scream.
You're going to hell, brother. Family reunion.
Ha. Anemone. Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis wrote it too. So that's what he's been doing. He's been fucking making shoes. I don't know if you knew that. Daniel Day-Lewis spent a lot of time as a cobbler. Not an ice cream dish. He likes to go to his farm and make shoes. Like old-timey clogs and shit. That's his thing. Not like research for a role or anything like that. Motherfucker just likes making shoes. He's, for lack of a better word, a weirdo. Roots Calhoun. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Bill the Butcher. You see this knife? I'm going to teach you to speak English with this fucking knife. That's a fun one to quote, too. That's a kill. That's a kill. That's a kill. And then what's the, oh, God, what does he call Irish people? You fucking, oh, God, it's like you, not bog-trotting potato farmer. That's something else. But it was like, oh, yeah, and this one's for you. You see that one there? That's you, you Irish bog bastard. And then just smashes Brendan Gleeson's poor head in. Spoiler alert. Vidam with $5 says Shiloh Sanders was ejected from the Buccaneers' final preseason game after throwing a punch at Bills tight end Zach Davidson and was put on waivers. That is true. Shiloh Sanders was cut from his team because he couldn't stop getting in fights. Poor Dion. $90 away from tonight's goal. Guys, I'm going to stay on you just because I know better now with our show not being what it used to be, or at least me thinking it's not what it used to be. I'm going to say this. I'm going to stay on you, and I'm going to say keep gifting those memberships, keep hitting that PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, etc., and let's keep this vibe going. I know that we're not safe until we get to 0. Toad Climbs Mountains gifting a membership to Aces. Thank you very much. $85 away from tonight's goal. Get it, do it. 19 memberships away from 300 on Rumble. We appreciate it. And now only $85 away with 50 minutes to go, but still a long ways away from erasing the sins of this morning. All right. You know what? Solid movie. It's Daniel Day-Lewis. Shut up. Daniel Day-Lewis, Sean Bean. It's worth it. Oh, guys, I have an urgent message. This is an urgent message coming into the Steel Toe text line. That's how you know it's important. And it even says, urgent message, you're gay. Imagine where we'd be tonight if we had not gotten that message in time. Exactly. Oh, and another gifted membership. This one, another one from Aboliticious tonight. Thank you very much. $80 away from tonight's goal. $80 is the number that haunted us this morning. So $80 away. Keep it moving. Keep it going. Let's just get this thing down to 0 and call it a win for the toe. Everyone in the chat going, duly noted. A very pressing matter, says Bapa Shab. Yeah, I mean, Rabbi Smoothie says that's a text message from a slur merchant. That's true. That is a slur. That's something that a slur merchant would do, is text someone and say they're gay. Now, in no way do I want that to lead to a bunch of super chats, Rumble Rants, PayPals, Venmos, and other text messages to the show line with other breaking news items that would be considered offensive to me. In no way do I want that to be the way that we knock out tonight's goal. Oh, we have breaking news from Dusty Rhodes. Now, Dusty, I would have thought you would put like, baby, or if you will, after this message, but he just simply says, McBuster is a fag. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but that is breaking news we're getting from Dusty. We should allow McBuster to respond, to which McBuster says, Dusty Rhodes is clearly cheesy and boring. Broke character. What a dork. T. Duden says at 265, Aaron has to fight in the super heavyweight division, I think. Wait a minute. I am 225. Yeah, I know. I went up a little. We're going to come back down. I am 225. 265, not even close. And anything over 203 is technically super heavyweight. So either way, it doesn't matter. It fucking hurt. Let's go. Oh, we have more breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Citizen M is a N-word, F-word. Wow, both of them. But by the way, it's not Citizen M. It's Christian Wyatt. Let's make sure we use his Christian name. I don't want to call him by any kind of slurs or anything. I don't want to call someone out their name. So when you reference Citizen M from now on, make sure you say Christian Wyatt so we know who you're talking about. Phil Herslit says, breaking news. Oh, more breaking news. Aaron is fat and gay. Now, wait a minute. Didn't someone just write in and say I'm gay? So how does that? See what happens when you guys continue to throw in money? I spend more time talking to you guys. And we learn so much about one another. Thank you, Atomic Ray, for gifting a membership. Oh, boy. 75 away from tonight's goal and 17 gifted memberships away from 300. Thank you so much. Some of these I can't read. Some of these are really, really offensive. 09 Canyon says, a very pressing matter. Aaron has been rubbing up on strangers in the grocery store checkout line again. That is not, no. And first of all, not again, because I never did that shit once. So please don't say again. People are going to get the wrong idea. And number two, no, I don't rub up against strangers in the checkout aisle. Thank you very much. Vadam with $5 says robot card dealers taking over Las Vegas. Dude, Las Vegas is going to be doing a lot of shit now to pump up the numbers because they are losing money like a motherfucker and shit's going to have to change. I was looking on Expedia the other day. Yesterday, I think I was looking this up. The prices to go to Las Vegas right now, I mean, they are giving rooms away to get people to go there because they went too far. Like, they were like cheap, chintzy, neon, cheesy, chintzy kind of a vacation. It was gaudy and tacky, and people like that. And then they started getting more Wolfgang Pucks and Gordon Ramsays, and these big corporations built these mega resorts that just looked like office buildings. And they took away the pirate shows and the volcanoes and all of the cool, tacky stuff that made Vegas kind of fun. Now they're realizing they probably went too far in that direction, and now they're having to go back. We'll see what happens. It's going to take a long time to kind of adjust what they've done. Let's go to Timothy with $1, says, terribly boring show. Thank you, Timothy. I appreciate the $1. Thank you very much for that. You're lucky we have a sense of humor here. $70 away from tonight's goal. Guys, we're very, very close. Keep it going, and we will get to 0 in no time and call it another win for the toe. So $70 away from tonight's goal and 17 memberships away from 300 over on the Rumble side of things. You guys are making me very happy tonight. You're giving me hope again. And if you agree with Timothy that this is a very boring show tonight, be sure to throw in a $5. Timothy, you're lucky you found a show where we like playing back at you. We like having fun with you because none of this is serious or real. Golden Gate Casino replaces human dealers with electronic games amid visitor slump. I mean, look, I prefer to have a dealer at the blackjack table. I like bullshitting with them, but if Vegas is going to price everybody out of the action, they're going to have to find ways to cut corners and save money.
Downtown casinos getting a lot of attention as media reports go viral about the summer slump in visitors to Las Vegas. This is the Golden Gate Casino. It's been around forever. They've decided to phase out their human dealers and replace those humans with tables with electronic table games known as ETGs. In fact, one headline from a European tabloid read, "Casino in dying Las Vegas dumps human dealers for computers as city's tourism industry decimates."
Oh, wow. Jesus. Europe not pulling in it. You can kind of tell that Europe's jealous of the United States and they're kind of rooting against us. Like they're trying to speak it into reality. I get that because I have a whole hate community that does the same thing with this. It's just really angry, bitter people who are kind of like, God damn it, I don't like that they're having fun. And so they like try to speak things into existence. It's adorable. We like to poke fun at it, but sometimes they overheat and they get too mad and you got to back it off a little. But in Vegas, I mean, it's not, they're not dying and they're not decimated, but I mean, they are struggling. They are going in the wrong direction, and the marketplace is kind of telling them that they've reached the tipping point and it's too expensive for them.
Well, automation, AI, robotics, and other kinds of technology really do make businesses more efficient, and certainly casinos and resorts are no exception to that. But what does it mean actually for the future of human table dealers? News 3's Steve Wolford takes a closer look at the trend as he continues our Las Vegas Reality Check reports on tourism.
Yes, these table games are now going to become much like this woman's tits, fake.
When you think of occupations that are synonymous with Las Vegas through the years,
whores is what. Oh, sorry. I thought we were playing a game.
Card dealers would probably end up on a short list with showgirls. But as we move into this new age of technology, will the trend toward electronic table games, like with what we're seeing at Golden Gate, make card dealers an endangered species?
I would deal this on a craps table, and I keep it with me to remember where I started and how it all started, literally with 25 cents.
At the Golden Gate.
At the Golden Gate.
Well, see, that's the problem, sir. None of us fucking care. Now that the table minimums are $50 everywhere, nobody really gives a shit about your fancy 25-cent chip. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, this is literally this is my very first job. I started there in 1991.
David Knoll has made a career in the casinos with fond memories of the Golden Gate. He has since parlayed that experience as managing director of CEG Dealer School and Casino Quest. Knoll understands all the business reasons for casinos introducing computer.
Why are we using a butt plug? Okay, I'm bored. We got the point. Las Vegas is struggling. They're trying to find ways to save money. The only way you're going to bring it all back, the only way you're going to breathe life into Las Vegas is if you change the approach. I mean, it went from cool neon lights to now everything looks like a strip mall. You know, or not necessarily a strip mall, but like a corporate park. You know, everything looks the same. It's just all rectangular buildings. Kind of sucks. And then you went too far in the direction of, I mean, it's good to have nice restaurants. It's good to have great places to go. I love them. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I love Oscars. I love Prime. I love all of those places. However, it's good to have shitty, greasy spoon dive bar places that you can only go to there, or like a cool hole-in-the-wall pizza joint. Those are nice to have too. And you can't, like I said, you can't price yourself out of the action gambling-wise either, because not a lot of people like playing $50 a play. You know? It goes fast. That's for sure. Professor Tie-Dye with $5 says, breaking news. Oh, no, not more breaking news. Johnny is boycotting the morning show because he got pink eye because Aaron mushroom stamped his face after butt sex. Poo in the eye is better than cum in the eye, Aaron was reported as saying. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. You're not going to believe that guy, are you? Because that's bullshit. Aboliticious with $5 says, for Timothy. Thank you, Aboliticious. Rusty Grammar with $5 says, for Aaron's 10W30 fund, strictly for aviation purposes. It's not true. It's like all of these things, like the breaking news bit, I love it, but people are going to start to believe this shit, you guys, and then what do you want me to do? Papa Shab says, Aaron has tried to speak his hair follicles into existence. No success yet, but he'll keep trying. Thanks, pal. MSO says corporations fuck up everything. You hear a lot of people now say that, oh, it was better when the mob ran it. It was better than the mob ran it. And, for some people it wasn't, like the people in the mob who crossed the mob. Yeah, it fucking sucked for those people. But for the visitors, dude, the mob had all these entertainers in their back pocket. They would get them to come out and play shows that wouldn't cost an arm and a leg. They had all kinds of favors that people owed them, and they could get them to come out to Las Vegas and do some cool shit on the cheap. They had cheap food because the mob understood, or at least the people who were mob adjacent, they understood that it was the gambling that built those buildings. And they also didn't need to build, 100-story fucking massive, monuments to corporatism. They built nice casinos, nice hotels, nothing too crazy. Food is cheap. Rooms are cheap. Why? Because we want you out on the floor and we want you pumping money into the gambling. We'll even give you free drink. Here, drinks on us. Tip your waitress. Some people don't, but whatever. Free drinks, cheap hotel rooms, cheap food, because we want you out on that floor fucking spending your entire goddamn month's pay on gaming, on gambling. And then Vegas got fancy and decided, you know what we should try to do? Become 5-star eateries, resorts with all kinds of different shit, really expensive tickets for top list entertainment. And they got away from what made it work. And MSO's right. The corporations got it, and the corporations fucked it up. Veldrain says Las Vegas turned into the new Cracker Barrel logo. I mean, a little bit. A little bit. Aaron wouldn't come on Johnny. The cum goes in his mouth. Why? Why? Papa Shab says Jews still own it. They just give less of a fuck about you. Jews did start Las Vegas. It was, Murder Inc. was the Jewish mob. It was Bugsy Siegel and Meyer Lansky were out there starting the whole damn thing. Chad Buzamok says, is it just me or did OBS crash again? Nope. We've been all good, my dude. It might be you, which there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Timothy with $1 says, you can't be having fun doing this show. What a terrible podcast. Timothy, as long as I got you watching every minute because you can't walk away, I know I'm doing a good job, baby. Thank you for the $2. $60 away from tonight's goal. Guys, whatever you do not finish up that goal just to drive Timothy nuts. He's going to hate it, and I don't want you to do that. I don't know what we did to trigger the fuck out of Timothy tonight, but we're only $60 away from the goal, and this can be done. Thank you. Get in there. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Okay. No, Papa Shop's right about this, too. They also funneled money to Israel's war chest until Israel didn't need them anymore. Fun fact about the Jewish mob. Yeah, Bugsy Siegel ran guns to Israel while they were trying to, become a country, and then when they were fighting those wars, when they were first established, the mob was running them weapons out of Las Vegas. Fact. Look it up. All right, we have some breaking news on the Raja Jackson thing. I really like this guy's channel. He does a really good job covering it. Deontay DDJ is the guy. Let's see what the latest is.
More updates surrounding Rampage Jackson's son Raja and his assault on the pro wrestler a couple nights ago. He is now under LAPD investigation after his assault on Psycho Stu.
Real shit. One of them was a bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit.
Playing with you? You almost fucking killed a guy. So what he's talking about is when all those guys cornered him in the ring after he went fucking ape shit on Psycho Stu. And he goes, one of those motherfuckers bit me. Yeah, because you were acting like a fucking crazed gorilla and they had to restrain you and you wouldn't stop thrashing about. So they had to do whatever they could. I mean, I think a few knees to the nutsack would have done you good.
Always playing and shit.
Sorry that they didn't have a taser like the cops usually do to put you down.
Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro.
Okay, this guy's clearly mentally ill. He's clearly fucked up. Why did you book him? He clearly has severe mental problems. I mean, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Real shit.
This is Raja fleeing the scene of the crime, clearly angry and not in the right headspace.
Let's go, Roger. Let's go. Roger, let's go. Roger, I'm telling you, let's go. You listen to me. Listen to me, Roger. You need to listen to me right now, Roger. Let's go.
I don't give a fuck. You guys trying to jump me and shit?
Let's go.
You ain't gonna do shit to me, bro.
Let's go,
you can't do shit to me. You can't fuck with me, bro.
Let's go.
You can't fuck with me.
Come on, let's go.
If this was old school pro wrestling, though, if this was like the 60s or the 70s, they would have broken his fucking legs. Like, I can't imagine if, like, Wahoo McDaniel and Harley Race had to restrain this dude, and Bruiser Brody had to restrain this guy. They'd have fucking shattered his legs, either in the locker room or just out in the fucking ring. They were madmen. Could you imagine Afa and Sika were on a show with this guy, and he started hammering one of their dudes? They'd have ripped one of his ears off and wore it as a necklace the next night.
Let's go. Let's go.
It only gives the police more evidence to establish his character and that it clearly wasn't a part of the show, but he's there multiple times before the incident, basically showing it was premeditated.
I'm gonna really have to show him, like, you can't just hit a fucking can on my goddamn face. I'm really going.
See, and like they were thinking, so this was all being streamed on Kick. And they were thinking like, oh, this is part of the work, because the work was that guy, Psycho Stu, hits him with a beer can in the head. And then Raja's going to get his revenge during the match. They didn't know that he was going to go fucking mental and start beating the piss out of this guy. By the way, over there, you can see that's Rikishi. He's the guy who runs the promotion.
To hit him, I'm telling you.
That's what they should have done. They should have stink-faced him. If they would have brought Rikishi into the ring to stink-face him, that would have shut him down. Shove his head up Rikishi's old, dirty Samoan asshole.
I'm dead serious. It's just
if old, dirty Samoan asshole doesn't make me $60, I don't know what does.
not gonna be scripted, I'm telling you. I know all wrestling is script. I'm talking about what I'm gonna do to the guy.
This could easily be a first-degree felony and up to life in prison. And I mean, realistically...
I mean, it's attempted murder. Let's call it what it is. It's assault, sure. But it's attempted murder. I mean, when you have a guy down on the ground, he's unconscious, and you're throwing undefended punches at his head over and over, you're trying to kill the guy.
After doing something as brutal as that, it's probably the least he deserves. Additionally, Nox Pro have issued a statement now in response to the viral incident. They said, quote, "First and foremost, our thoughts and prayers are with our brother Mr. Stuart Smith, Psycho Stu, as he remains a priority and we are monitoring his well-being."
If he comes back from this and he can wrestle again, Psycho Stu's going to be like in the Royal Rumble next year. And he's going to be like the most over indie wrestler in the country.
Was supposed to be a planned and agreed upon wrestling spot turned into a selfish, irresponsible act of violence against Mr. Smith. This egregious act is reprehensible and never should have occurred. In the 17 years of operation of Nox Pro Wrestling Academy, there has never been anything as heinous take place such as this, and we apologize to our patrons and fans. It was also revealed in further footage from the stream that one of the other wrestlers on the show, AJ Mana, basically encouraged the assault from Raja.
On his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit.
Now wait a minute. We can't say that pro wrestler, that he was saying like, yeah, fucking beat this guy within an inch of his life. That's not what he meant. Give him his receipt means give him a stiff shot, but you're still working. See, here's the problem. They took a guy who didn't know shit about the business and just kind of threw him into it without telling him anything.
A fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag his shit, bro.
Once again, going back to my previous argument on this kind of thing, you need to be incredibly clear in general about how pro wrestling works to people who aren't familiar. And that's especially the case when the person involved in the spot in the match is suffering from a concussion and is an actual fighter.
Right, not only is he an MMA guy, he has a concussion, and then also... So he shouldn't have been cleared for any kind of physical contact. And number three, like he clearly, it's not just the concussion. This guy has fucking mental problems, deep mental problems.
Actually still baffled that anyone is even remotely defending this incident. You even had wrestling legend Rob Van Dam saying he has Raja's back.
He's a fucking weed addict. Rob Van Dam is a drug addict. You can't listen to him.
Could easily be a play to drive engagement to his podcast,
No
though,
shit.
or maybe RVD is actually just being that stupid. And it's also increasingly clear from all of the moments leading up to the attack that he was like real life hot at this situation.
Pissed me off, bro. It didn't even hurt. It just pissed me off. And shit pissed me off. And I'm gonna have to get him back. They said I can go in the ring.
See, this is the people running this show. Somebody should have pulled him aside and been like, hey, man, just making sure you're okay. Like, you know, this is part of the show and you know what we're asking you to do. And like, you know what all this stuff is, right? Because this guy's clearly just seething about the whole thing and he's stewing, no pun intended, and he's ready to fuck this guy up. Like, it's not like this should have been a surprise to everyone. He's literally saying on the broadcast, I'm going to fuck this guy up.
I don't even know what I'm gonna do to him. Bro, my dad can't do shit. I'm gonna fake crash out. All right, bet. You about to see you about to see how fake of a crash out.
He even said in the same stream, quote, "It's always been my dream to fuck up a pro wrestler for real."
It's always been my dream to fuck up a pro wrestler for real.
How many hints does this guy have to give that he's ready to kill a motherfucker?
I get it today. Am I really gonna fight him? Yeah, I'm gonna punch his ass for real. I don't believe in me getting disrespected too. I'm too nice. Bet. That shit was not.
Well, you fixed that part. The too nice part. You definitely took care of that, buddy.
I'm telling you that right now.
So once again, I can't see him getting out of this lightly because it's very clear that it was premeditated and it wasn't a response to the beer can incident, considering the beer can incident happened many hours before the incident in the ring.
If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to. Y'all want me to teabag him? People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's a fucking game. Hey, you're right, Joel. I gotta show some form of respect. Then they don't train no goddamn martial arts. I'm really going to hit him. I'm telling you.
I mean, the guy can't telegraph it more than this. Yeah, the more I haven't seen these clips yet. The more I see of this guy, the more I'm surprised anyone let him get in a ring. Like, you got to call an audible on this shit. And it's not like Rajah Jackson's a draw anyway. It's not like if you didn't let him into the ring, people who were there paying to see the show were going to be like, oh man, I didn't get to see Rajah Jackson.
Should I do, chat? Should I pick him up? Should I slam him first or hit him? W, if I should slam him first, I'm not fucking around. You don't think I can do it, Miggy? Bet. My dad can't never call me a bitch.
So he's getting chat cancer. He's sitting in the chat. He's reading the chat. He's getting all internet worked up. And then how many times do I have to be right? Like, honestly, I'm not even, like, those of you who argue with me on this, it's just, you're insecure. Because at this point, I've been proven right way, way, way too many times. All right, well, you know how I said earlier today, it's like, well, based on what we've seen, there could be a defense that keeps him out of jail. We're like, well, it's pro wrestling. It's part of the show. Where does it go from part of the show to not part of the show? How do we know? I think all these clips of this guy saying, I'm going to fuck him up for real, I think we can take the he was just performing part out of it. $5 from Professor Tie-Dye says, breaking news, the Coast Guard is mandating Timothy keeping his butt plug on windy days. The hollow blowing sound is confusing ships, leading to worse disasters than when Aaron caused the carnival poop event. I didn't cause the carnival poop event. I swear. For the last time, I was never anywhere near that place. $55 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very, very much. Keep it going, guys. We got 24 minutes left. I cannot let up on this goal. I can't let up on the goal, boys and girls, because I've seen it. I've seen it get close, and I've seen it fall apart. $55 away. Erase what happened this morning. Knock out that $55 and give me a win to start this week of evening shows. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants, just $55 away, and 17 memberships on Rumble away from 300. Thank you. Yes, Mad Moof, I would call it the power of positivity. You can call it the power of HIV positivity. Loaded Wrench says, I see this happening with Chad. Look, Chad's just trying to have a little fun. Chad's not a crazy, psychotic stalker. Chad just came to visit while he was actually working as a comedian. Chad's a harmless dude. Chad doesn't have a weird obsession with another human being that he can't control to the point where it makes him not even aware of how psychotic he is. Say what you want about Chad. He's in control of himself. 55 away from today. Let's go. All right. You know what we say about these hazing stories? What if you've been listening to this show long enough, when you hear that there's a hazing event, either at a college or a high school or whatever it is, and there was a punishment, and that punishment was for a group of people doing any kind of hazing, what do we know about the hazing? What do we know took place? Bingo. There you go. It always means that something was shoved in somebody's asshole. Or as they say, something up the poop chute. Yes, Taste Fairy Ialto. So with this, this next story is a little bit different. This is cheerleaders in Indiana University of Pennsylvania. They're going to be punished, and they're getting on what they're going to be on what the university is calling a stayed removal of recognition after a 2-year investigation into allegations of hazing. Now, this is weird because cheerleading we associate with females. We don't associate females with hazing. So when it's dudes, we're like, okay, somebody held some guy down and humiliated him by shoving things up his asshole. Anyone else trying to figure out what female hazing would be? I mean, I want to assume that it's a little more passive than what the boys do, but how do we know? I mean, they've, in a weird way, got more options for hazing than we do. Let's take a listen.
Cheerleaders at IUP are under strict rules and required conditions for 2 years now.
Does she have her jaw wired shut?
And this all comes after a hazing investigation. So according to a campus hazing transparency report, IUP cheerleaders were found requiring underage members to assist in purchasing alcohol. The report also...
That's it? Dude, your hazing is so much shittier than our haze. Like, it's like, it's not gayer. I mean, sodomizing people is about as gay as it can get. But like, oh, we're going to punish you guys for hazing. Oh, what'd we do? You made a 19-year-old buy booze. Really? That's what you're punishing us for? You understand that the football team took every freshman, broke off broomsticks, and shoved the jagged end into their sphincter, causing permanent damage to their anal lips. I don't know what the scientific word would be, but neither would they. So that's what they would say. They fucked up their asshole. They damaged the sphincter permanently, and the women are getting a 2-year stay of recognition for buying some booze, for making underage girls buy booze. Big fucking deal.
Also says the cheerleaders engaged in unsafe practices during routine training dates. The cheerleaders will be under these restrictions through May of next year. Then they will be on probation until May of 2030.
I gotta be honest, this is some bitch shit. This isn't fair. I think this is, quite frankly, I think this is kind of sexist. Maybe I'm just desensitized because of all the stuff, like, again, dudes have done in their hazing stuff. Like, guy hazing rituals are fucking brutal. You bought some booze? Big fucking deal. T. Duden says, women, it's all about subservience, mockery, and being mean girls. That's it. That's all it is. It's just, it really is mean girl shit. Guys, it's like, all right, shove this pickle up your ass and walk 10 yards down the hallway. And if you can't keep the pickle wedged in your ass, you got to take a bite and put it back in. And then, not that I would know anything about that. I'm just saying that would be an example of what guys do versus, oh, well, we're going to make Rebecca go in there without a fake ID and get us booze. That's hazing, bro. If here's the rule about hazing. If nothing went in anyone's asshole, we don't need to do a suspension. A stern talking to. Maybe. $55 away from tonight's goal. No, I know better. I know better than to go 55. We can do that in like 5 or 10 minutes. We're $18 away. I appreciate it. But let's finish up that last 55. Shane M with $5 says, can't wait till you spin the L's Friday into it. Really? Okay. Well, I mean, if that's what you believe, look, I didn't know you were so invested in me. I appreciate that. Thank you, Shane M. I would ask you not to take that kind of shit so seriously, but I know you're way too far gone. Look, what happens in my personal life will happen. I'm not going to say whether you'll be disappointed or not, because no matter what happens, you will find a way to delusionally make up something else that you think I'm doing. It's fine, sweetheart. $50 away from tonight's goal. Let's get it. Let's do it. Sorry, Shane. It's just that, when you come in here so serious and it's kind of easy. All of you guys are a little easy. That's why we all have fun with you, and I like that you guys don't know you're the butt of the joke. It helps all of us. $50 away. Guys, this is a perfect time to 50 is a nice round, even number. Let's bang them out. 2 people gifting 5 memberships. Bam. 1 person on PayPal or Venmo, $50. Bam. Steel Toes back in the win column after missing this morning. Now, I do have to thank Chris, Ryan, D'Amico, Nicholas, and Amber, who all threw in this afternoon while they were watching later. They were able to hit the goal for this morning, but it's still an MSO win. What I desperately need today, $50. $50. Let's get the win, and let's call it another W for the toe. Guys, keep that rally rolling right now, though. Don't wait until almost 8:30, or I'm telling you right now, we are going to lose. Well, I'm going to lose. You guys will be fine. Go ahead, knock this out, keep this momentum going. We appreciate it. So in Iowa, we are exposing a little bit of hypocrisy this past weekend. So you know how June comes along and it's Pride Month, and there are parades, and all the people who don't give a shit about the parades, they kind of put their heads down and they're like, oh, Christ, we'll fucking get through it. No big deal. Well, in Iowa, they decided to have a traditional marriage parade. And guess what? People lost their fucking minds with no sense of irony, no sense of understanding that it's fucking crazy for you to give a shit about a traditional marriage parade, because it's probably going to be the most boring parade you'll ever see. Lots of Tootsie Rolls getting thrown out. Not a lot of diversity in candy or floats or anything like that. It's fucking traditional marriage. Let's take a look at what happened. Ottumwa, Iowa.
Well, the traditional marriage parade is expected to take place in Ottumwa tomorrow morning. It has sparked some criticism from people over the meaning of the event.
Fucking quit reading into it so much. Every June, these people have to watch people shake their cocks and thongs every fucking day for Pride. And when, it is a perfect troll, because the one time you ask for a parade for the thing you do, now people want to lose their shit, freak out, and go, what do you mean by traditional marriage? We mean the way marriage was like forever and ever and ever and ever, until you guys started feeling comfortable enough to bitch at us constantly for the last 20 years.
Organizers say it's meant to be a positive gathering. KCCI's Nicole Tam spoke with organizers of that parade.
Yeah, if you're not male-female, if you're not in a traditional marriage, it's got nothing to fucking do with you. Who cares? Kind of the same shit you tell us about your pride parades.
And another event by Ottumwa Pride that will be happening at the same time.
Oops, we're doing some trolling.
Well, we're looking forward to a good day tomorrow.
Brides and grooms are expected to fill.
Right, do you think those two are going to have a fun parade that you just can't miss? No.
Ottumwa's Main Street Saturday morning.
It's going to be sponsored by Dockers.
We've had a good marriage. I love you more than ever.
Travis Decker has been planning behind.
Now that's a gay marriage. Call it traditional if you want to. To me, sounds gay.
behind the scenes.
Let's represent our values to the community. Let's encourage people that are married to stay with it and hang in there and be faithful to one another.
He got this.
Wow, what a terrible, unwholesome message. Now I see why gays hate it. Wait a minute, you guys are only having sex with one partner? You mean like at a time, right? Ew. How are you going to get communicable diseases?
City Council's approval of a proclamation supporting the concept. He believes the event is a way for people in Ottumwa to come together.
The parade's not
right now. Over me. $50 away from the goal. Hit it.
Not an attack on any group. It has not been. I have not heard anybody that's an organizer or participating in it to say anything negative.
During the parade on Saturday, Ottumwa Pride will be hosting a brunch here at Tom Tom Tap called Traditional Brunch. Organizers say it's a way to start conversations with the community.
This parade that's happening does not represent the entire community, that there are those of us out here that do care about the LGBTQ community.
They don't not care about you. They just want to do the thing that you're doing. Have a parade, whatever. Who gives a shit? This is your chance to show the world that you're tolerant too. And by the way, all these straight people are getting together to do their parade and they're doing brunch first. Bro.
And giving them a space to feel safe.
They hope the conversations at brunch will become part of a movement.
Hopefully that's going to be a catalyst and a starting point for us to grow more as a community and inspire people to come.
God, if it's not just your way all the fucking time, if you're not the center of attention constantly, it's a fucking problem. Like, it really is getting to the point where you have to go to these two groups and go, hey, you go over there. You go over there. Stay away from me. Like, we really have to go back to what your parents did when you were kids and go, hey, you don't get along. All right? You go have your parade over there. You go have your parade over there and just stay away from each other.
Come out and
people do get tired of hearing your shit. And then they go, we're going to throw our own parade for traditional marriage. Why? Because this 1% of the population will not shut the fuck up. And every time they bitch, we give them what they want. And they go, all right, well, here's the other thing we forgot to tell you we wanted. Oh, it's exhausting.
Speak out.
In Ottumwa, Nicole Tam, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Oh, well, that was the end of it. So, yeah, if you just shut up and you don't complain about it and you just let it go, guess what's going to happen? They're going to have their little straight marriage thing. It's going to be relatively uneventful. You'll have your parade thing, and then everyone will go home. Nobody's mind will be changed, and everything's all right. Thank you very much. No Pen 15 says, can I get a congrats? Crunchy said yes. $25 from No Pen 15 Fathead, and he got a yes from Crunchy.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
But now, wait a minute. How would you get a yes from Crunchy? We've been hearing that Crunchy's dead. This is getting very strange. By the way, No Pen threw in a $5 this morning. So No Pen 15 is at $30. Wally World is in fourth at 25. Thermodyne is now in the cuck chair at 25. And Brian, it looks like, has fallen out of said cuck chair at $20. All right, so let's put Brian down here on the old list as he drops out. Thank you, buddy. And thank you, No Pen 15 Fathead, because now that puts us $25 away from tonight's goal. Come on, guys, finish it up. Gifted memberships, Rumble Rants, Super Chats, PayPal, Venmo, you name it. Just $25 left to go. We can do it a little at a time or knock out the whole thing. Your call. Get it? Thank you. Keep going, and let's get back in the win column for tonight on what's been a very, very fun show. $25 left. Thank you so much. Just a little bit more left. You. Throw it in now, and we'll be good. I can't keep track of the Kilmar Abrego Garcia stuff. that's going on right now. I mean, he was deported for the human trafficking and the other stuff on his criminal record. Then it was, no, he's got to stay in Tennessee. Then a judge ruled, no, he's got to be set free in Tennessee and he's got to go to Baltimore. Then it was, no, we're going to deport him to fucking Costa Rica or whatever it is. They said no. And finally, we were going to deport Kilmar Abrego Garcia to Uganda. Now, what connection does Kilmar Abrego Garcia have to Uganda? None. No fucking clue. No idea. Well, don't worry, because this was appealed, and now, temporarily at least, an Obama-appointed judge, whose name is like Pixie Ximenes or something, she has put a stay on the order. She has blocked the deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, saying that he has no ties to Uganda, so it is not okay for us to send him there. I assume that the Kilmar Abrego Garcia case will go to another appeal. They'll okay the deportation. Maybe this goes to the Supreme Court. I don't know. It's just another example, though, of like people on the left and Democrats, they pick the weirdest mascots. Like George Floyd, they pick like the most flawed people ever. And they pick a story where there's so little to defend of the person. Like George Floyd, his criminal record leading up to all this, the fake 20 he tried to pass off, the fentanyl he had on him that he took before he was arrested, the struggle he put up against police officers, his refusal to get in the squad car, and then ultimately his death, which I think was controversial. Was it the knee that was on his neck? I don't think it helped, but it seems like it was the drug abuse and his heart condition that ended up killing him, and his own shitty decisions, like resisting arrest over and over and over. So they picked that to be their hero. And now Kilmar Abrego Garcia, they want to make him the mascot of like deportation and illegal immigration, when this asshole has been trafficking poor Mexicans into the United States for years and years and years and has been caught doing it. And they're like, yeah, that's the hill we want to die on. It's fucking stupid. And it almost makes me feel like it's intentional so that like it can get us fighting. Like, hey, let's pick a total asshole to use as our mascot and we'll trick our stupid followers to argue with your stupid followers. And while you do that, we'll give a shitload more money to Ukraine and Israel without them noticing. I mean, that, I'll be honest, makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. All right, we didn't hit the goal. We got 5 minutes left. $25 away from the goal tonight, guys. Who's got it? Who's going to come up big and give us our win back tonight? 5 minutes to go. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's fucking go. $25 away from a much-needed win. Look, are we getting there from a good road? No, it's been an ugly, beggy, low viewership, dog shit edition of Steel Toe. Have I given it my all? 120%. So let's get in there. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships, and let's make it a positive, good, happy end to the night. If you feel for this show, if you love this show, and you don't want to see me go into a goddamn shame spiral from going 0-2 in regulation, throw in a few bucks, and let's get this measly, tiny $25 hammered out. Who's got Steel Toes back? Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We've also got, 17 gifted memberships, or 17 memberships away from 300 on Streamlabs. Come on, guys. Let's knock out a win. Let's call it a W for the toe. Nicholas, my golfing buddy, with $10 over on PayPal. Thank you very much. 15 away. Let's go. $15 left. And we can call it a win for the toe. That last 15. You want to do it 5 at a time? Let's fucking do it 5 at a time. You want to knock the whole thing out now? Throw a 20 in. Let's call it a win. Either way, let's do it. We got 3 minutes to go. I don't care if I have to sit here and scream it from the rooftops for the last couple of minutes. I am not going to go 0-2 today. Well, I should say I hope. I'm not going to go 0-2 today. Das Optic Nerve says another win for the MSO. God, I hope not. God, I hope not. It is important. Like, I know we're having fun, and I know I'm yelling and screaming and doing the whole thing. It is important for me to get some of these W's. Like, I've been spoiled lately. We've been having week after week where it's not even a question that we're going to knock it out. And in between all of that, we give you a dynamite show, a really phenomenal little program here. Last 15 to go. I need to notch a win just for my own fucking sanity here. So let's do it. Rabbi Smoothie, hold a boombox above your head and play a sappy 80s song. Whew. MSO says you're that close money-wise, it really doesn't matter. It does, though. It's a psychosomatic thing. I'm a fucking retard that way. Mark Robinson with $9.99 on YouTube. Get that last $10 and let's call it a win. 2 minutes left. Let's get the last $10 taken care of. Nomo with $1 says let's tow. Whew. Come on, baby. Don't let me down. Give us a win. $5 from Adam Simon says boom goes the dynamite. $5 left for the tow. 1.5 minutes left to go. $5 away. Oh, come on. We've made it this far. Shut it down at that last $5 and let's call it, baby. Come on now. Gift a membership. Throw in 5 or 10. 1 minute left. Come on. I don't want to go 0-2. I want a W. I'm sweating for you. Rabbi Smoothie with $5. Holy shit, we did it. Suck my fucking nuts. The toad does it again. Eat my ass,
but
bitch.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Eat my fucking ass. It's another win for the toe, and we're back on the leaderboard. Now, listen to me. Let's not do this again tomorrow. My heart can't handle it. I appreciate it. It's fun in its own way. But let's not fuck it. I just, no. Let's just not do this all the time. 191 Redbird says it is entertaining when you tell the audience to vote with our wallets and proceed to melt down when we do it. Look, I know that this thing's circling the fucking drain, man. I know. But I'm going to hang in there until the bitter end, I suppose. Thank you guys very much. Mwah. Wonderful show. I was amazing. You guys were great. And we got a full goal win tonight. Suck my dick and have some fun. Later, guys. Talk to you in the morning.